and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I'm Doug Brown. Patriots coach Gerard Mayo says Jacoby Brissett showed a lot of toughness in last night's loss to the Jets. Mayo says Brissett will continue as the starting quarterback ahead of rookie Drake May. Browns defensive end Myles Garrett back at practice today after missing 2 days. Garrett says he has injuries to both feet that could require a procedure, but he plans to keep playing. Tight end David Njoku is out for Sunday against the Giants with an ankle injury. Now in his 7th big league season, Shohei Ohtani will finally appear in the playoffs. And ESPN's Tim Kurkjian says it's just a chance to add to his resume.
Would anyone question how spectacular he might be in this postseason? It's incredible. You know, everything he tries to do, he just does better than anyone else.
Tim Kurkjian. Formula One champ Max Verstappen doesn't think drivers should be punished for swearing on their race radios. At a news conference Thursday talking about that, Verstappen swore. The FIA will punish him accordingly.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, we got Week 3 in the NFL in the books, plus another huge weekend in college football. And I'll recap it all in my Upon Further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's unsportsmanlike 6 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You, sir. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Phil Steele in 15 minutes. Theriot next hour, our celebrity guest picker. And yes, we have one because I booked him this week. And it's a Heisman Trophy winner. Get fired up for that. What?
Does Theriot know that we have one?
Yes, I did text him yesterday to let him know, hey, don't worry about frantically making calls right at the last hour trying to get don't call Erica at 4:19. I got it. Got it covered.
Yeah, because even that didn't work last week.
Yeah. She didn't answer the phone. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
All right, Brian Kelly took to the podium Thursday. Final preparations for LSU against UCLA.
Hey, bring your ass on. Bring your ass on in your little sissy blue shirt.
I'm glad we can laugh at it 3 years later.
Yeah, that wasn't funny the Monday after the game. Not as much.
All the UCLA shirts that said Sissy Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm
Well
glad
done
we
on
can
their
laugh
part.
at it
Yeah.
now. Oh, God. A lot has changed since that day. And the video that was Jacques Doucet, of course, WFB, who took that video. The video of Yvette Ogeron walking so confidently into the Rose Bowl, chest out, beaming, just ready for a big win. Lo and behold, nobody would want to tackle Zach Charbonnet. Nobody wanted to cover that tight end. Max Johnson throwing passes with his back to the line of scrimmage. I was sitting next to Russ Mitchell in the Rose Bowl, who was looking at the Georgia Clemson. Was it Georgia Clemson?
Yeah, it was in Charlotte.
He's watching that game on his phone from the seats of the Rose Bowl. Oh, play it again. Please, play it again.
Hey, bring your ass on. Bring your ass on in your little sissy blue shirt.
Huh. It's the chuckle at the end that gets me, dude. He's so proud. Nailed it. Some guy and his kid just sitting there. Oh, we are light years from that moment.
Yeah.
Light years away. Chip Kelly obviously no longer at UCLA. Ed Ogeron no longer at LSU. UCLA no longer in the Pac-12. They're now in the Big Ten. A dramatically different reality facing these two teams in Tiger Stadium. A UCLA team coming to Baton Rouge that has been. Is it fair to say that they've been sort of lampooned? I mean, Hunt has a piece up at LouisianaSports.net today, and he did it. Here you go, Paul. Can you pull this up, please? If you go to the homepage of LouisianaSports.net, it's right there under the top stories. There's one that says UCLA media trouble brewing is how he I love the little pun there. That's really good. That'd be a homophone. Yeah. Homophone, right? A homophone is when it sounds the same but it's spelled differently. Homonym is when it's spelled the same with different meanings. Anyway, Bruin, B-R-U-I-N, like brewing, but Bruin, like anyway, Hunt basically just got quotes together from UCLA media this week, just totally crapping on UCLA football. Oh, man. We need a stress-free Friday. We need a stress-free Saturday around these parts. Obviously, the opener against USC, so much angst around that. Great football game, well played on both sides. It didn't go LSU's way. 6 days later, typical letdown spot. You sleepwalk through the first half against Nichols. You explode in the second half. And then a week ago, we know how that all transpired. There's no excuse to be on the road and to have gotten down 17 to that team. There's no excuse for it at all. That's squarely at the foot of coaching, not having that team ready to play. There's no excuses this week. UCLA's a miserable football team. They just got blown out by Indiana. This is an opportunity for you at home, 2:45 in the afternoon. Those LA kids, God bless them, man. They're going to come. Heat index will be pushing triple digits around kickoff. They're going to be right in the east side in that sun. I mean, this is a take their will type game, and it should be one of those for LSU. And Brian Kelly even shared on Thursday evening some pretty good news for the Tigers as they're getting healthier.
Chris Hilton is probable. Jalen Lee is out with a shoulder. And West Weeks is questionable. He'll be a game day decision. Those are really the three guys.
That's about it. He did say Don McKinley isn't quite there yet. So, the guys you've lost for the year with Jacoby and Guillory and John Emery, and you hope maybe to get Don McKinley next week. If not, you'll be out there for UCLA for Ole Miss after the open date. But getting Chris Hilton back, I think, is really significant. And, on just as a personal level aside, I told y'all like a pull for Chris Hilton. It maybe even more so now in the portal era where it is so atypical for guys to stay and persevere and wait their turn. I mean, Chris Hilton was a 5-star at Zachary, y'all. I mean, everybody in the country wanted Chris Hilton. And he came here, and he's had 3 surgeries, and he's bided his time. He's waited his turn. I told y'all he was one of my biggest surprises last year in fall camp. But you had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas and Kyron Lacey. I mean, you had so much talent ahead of him. He just had to wait his turn, and he was so good in camp this year, ready to explode. And then right there that Saturday, the last Saturday of fall camp, he gets the bone bruise. Now he's missed a quarter of his season, man. It sucks for anybody to miss any game time. And here's a guy in his fourth year who's waited his turn, was poised to have this big breakout season, has missed a quarter of the year now already, which sucks. But they're going to get him back in some capacity on Saturday. Don't know to what degree, how many snaps he'll play, but it'll be good to see Chris Hilton get out there. And he is going to add a different dimension to this offense, the ability to stretch the field. You know, they hit some big plays. LSU did. They hit big plays against South Carolina. I'm not trying to suggest that that dimension didn't exist in the offense without Chris Hilton. Aaron Anderson had the 46-yarder. Kyron Lacey had a 29-yarder. C.J. Daniels had a 20-yarder. Mason Taylor had a 20-yarder as well.
Mason Taylor!
So you've had that dimension, but Chris Hilton, his ability to stretch the field, to take the top off of defense, it's like we say. I mean, Brian Thomas did it a year ago. If you watch the Saints, it's what Rashid Shaheed does. I mean, it's that speed threat, that deep threat that you have to respect, and that's what Chris Hilton will bring to this offense when he's back in full speed. And you hope that he's 100% by the time you play Ole Miss. But it'll be nice to see him get in the flow this week with just getting back out on the field. We also heard Brian Kelly speak about the Trey Holly situation, which we did talk about a day ago. Trey Holly, his court case delayed. So this is Brian Kelly officially on the record about Trey Holly.
We've followed Trey's situation legally, and there's not much that we can do. We hope for a resolution in the case, but this is out of our hands right now. This is a matter that needs to be handled through the courts, and once it's cleared through the courts, then we'll be able to make a decision on his status. Again, I think we've been pretty clear that, he can't play football here until the legal matters have been settled.
And if that's not going to happen until December, then you have got to use opportunities like Saturday against UCLA, next week against South Alabama, to get your younger guys more reps. You got to get Caden Durham and Juwan Johnson more reps, more comfort, because you are, I keep phrasing it this way, but you're a turned ankle away from being in a big-time trouble spot. Got to get those guys reps. This is an opportunity to do it with UCLA coming in. All right, we'll give you a full preview prediction on the game a bit later. Phil Steele coming up next. We'll preview the biggest games of the college football weekend, including Phil's take on LSU-UCLA. Show up and brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. Shout out to our friends at Mockler Beverage. They've actually given me a few pair of tickets for Saturday's game between the Tigers and the Bruins to give away today. So if you want a pair of tickets, they're all lower bowl tickets too, by the way. If you want a pair of tickets to the game, we got a few that will be given away periodically throughout the show. Use the show text line. Text me the 225-396-4400. Tell me why you want the tickets, and we'll all collectively do it. I hear as a radio-ocracy. We'll do a radio-ocracy, not a radio-tatership.
There you go.
Or maybe it'll be a radio-tatership because I'll just decide anyway. But we'll decide who's going to win the ticket. So if you're interested in going to see the Tigers and the Bruins tomorrow, our friends over at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light have given us a few pair to give away today, so we're looking forward to that. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. Okay, Phil Steele joins us next. It's AFR.
AFR.
All right, y'all. It is a Friday. We're heading into the weekend, but no rest for the weary, man. Our friends over at Action Industries, they continue rolling on. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Keep telling you about this because until they fill it and the turnaround start, we keep reminding you. So put the bug in your ear. Maybe today will be the push. Maybe you know someone who might be interested. Action Industries has 2 turnarounds that are about to get started. They're 4 to 5 week turnarounds, about a month. 7 12s. It is a lot of work for a month. But, man, you can make that money pretty good the rest of football season and then through the holidays. They're both in all the works in the greater Baton Rouge area. So it's all sort of native here to greater Baton Rouge, which is great if you are local. Welders, pipe fitters, crane operators, boiler makers. If you're qualified, if you're interested, you can apply in person at their Highway 30 office in Geismar. Ask for Zach, or online at actionindinc.com. That's Action Industries Incorporated. It's Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business. Internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
It just doesn't feel like Football Friday without our visit with Phil Steele. PhilSteele.com. Make sure you get to YouTube. Take that Phil Steele Plus tour. and get him on Twitter, X at PhilSteele042. And with us every Friday here in Hour 1. Phil, how are you?
I'm doing well, Matt. How about yourself today?
I'm doing awesome. Hoping for a very stress-free game in Tiger Stadium. Tigers just take care of business. Give us all a little relaxation after the way it's gone so far, but we'll get to that. Phil, there's a really interesting one on the docket tonight. I don't know that many people anticipated we'd have a ranked-on-ranked matchup with Illinois at Nebraska, a little Big Ten matinee or a primetime action tonight on Fox. This is a Nebraska team, is a 7.5-point home favorite. All those 400 whatever sellouts in a row. Feels like the biggest one they'll have had in Lincoln in a while. What'd you think, Phil? Illinois going into Lincoln tonight. Nebraska 7.5-point favorite.
Yeah, both teams did well for me 2 weeks ago when Nebraska clubbed Colorado and Illinois upset Kansas. So I like both teams this year. But I do think Nebraska's the better team. While Illinois' defense is improved, they're allowing just 277 yards per game so far this year. Nebraska's defense is absolutely legitimate, and that goes back to last year. They only gave up 304 yards per game last year. This year, they're only giving up 255. Last year, the problem was turnovers. Dylan Raiola has cured that. He's got only one interception, no fumbles. You got to love that. And, of course, he's been a very accurate passer, hitting 74%. So I think they have the edge at quarterback. They've got the better defense. They're going to have a fired-up home crowd tonight. And isn't that an amazing sellout streak?
Yeah. Phil, it is amazing. Maybe that speaks to just what there isn't to do in Lincoln, Nebraska. You ain't never going to miss a game, but it isn't. Yes, it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and but anyway, in this game, I think both teams are I don't think it's a great play I only have Nebraska by 10. The line's 7.5. But I think it'll be a good game. But I do see Nebraska eventually winning this one by about 10.
Okay. Phil likes Nebraska. Get it done. 400 consecutive sellouts there with a big one there. In
That's
Lincoln
what,
tonight.
1962, Matt?
I'm not looking at it right now, Phil, but I would trust you if that's what's in your head. It's a remarkable – even through they had so many great years, obviously, and you know that as well, but it's even through the lean years here, the last 20 years, to continue that streak is just quite incredible. The team in the lean years right now is what's going to happen in Starkville tomorrow morning. Phil, I don't know what you make of this, man. Everyone here has been massively perplexed on what to make of Florida-Mississippi State. Mississippi State gets blown out by Toledo. Florida keeps getting blown out on their home field. These are two bad teams. Florida's a touchdown favorite. I don't know if Florida should be a touchdown favorite over anybody. You tell me.
Well, at the start of the year, Matt, I had Florida about a 14-point favorite in the game, and they have not looked good against either Miami or Texas A&M. In fact, the A&M game – I looked at the final, 33-20, and I thought that did them very kindly. They were just 20-0 at the half. They were outgained 302-73. But I do think Mississippi State is right down there with Vanderbilt as one of the weakest teams in the SEC this year. It's funny. I was talking to Coach Candle right after spring practice was over, and I said, Coach, that Mississippi State game looks winnable to me. And he goes, so do I.
Wow.
And sure enough, they took care of business in that one. But I personally wouldn't wager money on either of these two teams. How can you? But I sort of think Florida has more talent, and they absolutely have to win the game. I'm going to go with Florida, but once again, I find it difficult to wager money on either of the two teams.
Exactly. What do you expect? It's just that's going to be fascinating for all the wrong reasons. Hey, Phil, one that's close to home here that a lot of people are interested in is Tulane going over to Lafayette to take on the Cajuns. The Cajuns have looked impressive, but who have they played? Tulane, meanwhile, had a slugfest against Kansas State. Then they were at Oklahoma. Maybe a letdown spot, what a lot of people here are talking about for Tulane. What do you think about that one going down over at Cajun Field Saturday?
Yeah, letdown / look-ahead spot. They got South Florida on deck at home, their conference opener, and that's a huge game. Maybe the title game for the American Conference this year. Both teams get Memphis at home. So I think it's Tulane is the better team. I love what they did against Kansas State, a great effort at home. Probably should have won the game. Love what they did last week. They're down 5 in the fourth quarter and had the ball twice against Oklahoma. They've got that massive game against South Florida on deck. What's the third most important game of the month? Will it be our fourth most important game of the month? It's this one. Next week's is more important. Meanwhile, Louisiana is just laying in wait. They looked good against Grambling State and Kennesaw State. Granted, 2 weak teams. I think Kennesaw State's number 134 of the 134 teams. So beat them 34-10, no big deal. But they're off a bye. They're fresh. What is their most important game of the month of September? It's Tulane. Yeah. So you got a team whose most important game is this week. Tulane, it's their fourth most important game of the month. I'm going to call for Louisiana to pull the upset there.
Not just who you play, but when and where you play them. It matters. Motivation's so big. That's a good point there. Couple more here in this segment with Phil Steele. Make sure you get him at philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. Make sure you take the Phil Steele Plus tour, which is linked right there on the homepage of his website. The big one in Ann Arbor, a Big Ten game for Michigan hosting Southern Cal. And boy, Michigan already with the embarrassing home loss to Texas, and now here comes Southern Cal trying to prove their mettle in the league at 2-0. Southern Cal, a 4-point favorite in the Big House, Phil. Do the Trojans keep it rolling?
You have to favor USC in this game. I don't know if I would play the -4. I guess -4 is pretty cheap. I thought the line would be closer to 6, maybe even 7 on the game. Michigan, of course, switching up quarterbacks, going to Alec Orgy this week. It gives them more of a run threat. And they've got a team that's got a good defense. They got exposed a little bit by Texas, but USC is not Texas. They do have Miller Moss. Miller Moss is an outstanding quarterback. They do have a vastly improved defense under Danton Lynn. So I think USC is the better team, but this will be the first road game for Miller Moss. That concerns me a little bit. And Michigan can't be as bad as they looked against Texas. I think Texas will make a lot of teams look bad this year. So I personally think it's going to be a great game to watch and learn about both teams.
One other one in the ACC I want to get to here, Phil, is Georgia Tech at Louisville. We saw Georgia Tech look so good to start the season. Louisville sitting there at 2-0 as well. This game is in Louisville. and the Cards are a 10.5-point home favorite. Seems like the way, maybe we're all just a little biased with the way we saw Georgia Tech play earlier, but 10.5 feels like a pretty big number to lay there. Phil, what do you think about that ACC matchup, 2:30 on ESPN2?
You know, Matt, this one's got, in my mind, an amazing number. And the amazing number is not that Georgia Tech is 5-0 against the spread versus ranked ACC teams. That happens. I see it all the time. But they are 5-0 straight up against ACC-ranked teams, and they've been basically a 20-point underdog in almost every single one of those games, and they went outright. Now, earlier this year, 2 weeks ago, they played Syracuse on the road. Guess who was ranked? Georgia Tech was ranked. And guess what happened? They got upset. So whenever Tech plays, go against the ranked team. I mean, it's amazing under Brent Key. 5-0 straight up, mostly as 20-point dogs against ranked teams. I do think they're more like the team that played against Florida State, looked good against VMI last week. I think they've got a chance of pulling the upset. I doubted Brent Key in most of those 5 games. I'm not doubting them anymore. I'm going to take Georgia Tech plus the points.
One more for you here, Phil. We'll break. Let's take it back to the SEC. The loveliest little village on the plains. Not too many thrilled people there right now, and boy, they'd be upset if they drop a home one to Arkansas. Taylor and Green in Arkansas have looked pretty good. The only loss, of course, was that double overtime loss to Okie State. Arkansas at Auburn. Auburn a 2.5-point home favorite. It's a short line. What do you think, Phil?
Smart lines makers. I'll tell you what, if this thing was 6, which is where you think it would be, I'd be all over Arkansas for this one because Sam Pittman is a tremendous away dog. They last year, remember, they only lost LSU by 3, Ole Miss by 7, Alabama by 3, despite playing all 3 on the road and not having a very good team. They're a much better team this year with Taylor and Green, a quarterback, a guy that can make big plays and also give up some big plays, but he's still an exciting QB. And remember that Oklahoma State game, they should have been up 28-0 at the half. They gave up a long defensive touchdown, which basically kept Oklahoma State in the game. So I think they're capable of going on the road and getting the win here. But Auburn they're a good team, and they're going with Hank Brown, a quarterback. We'll see how that works out. I'm still going to take Arkansas plus the points, but I'd rather be getting a little bit over 3 in this one.
It's you mentioned that long pick 6 in that Oklahoma State game. Phil, remember the play before Arkansas, it dropped a touchdown. So back-to-back plays, they dropped a touchdown pass and then threw the pick 6. You're right. I mean, Arkansas could have been running away with that game at that point.
Oklahoma State couldn't have come back from down 28-0.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Oklahoma State and Utah right when we come back because that's a massive one with playoff implications. Phil Steele is with us. Let's knock out a quick break. We'll come back, get the rest of the afternoon, evening slate, and of course we'll get Phil's pick on LSU-UCLA. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Love telling you about our friends over at Duplessis Builders. I'm actually going to be hanging out with Derek Duplessis and LSU receiver Kyron Lacey this weekend. On Sunday, we'll be doing some content creation for Duplessis. Duplessis has done a great NIL deal with Kyron, also with LSU running back commitment Harlem Berry. They're great supporters of the Tigers. Derek is an LSU alum, loves the Tigers, wants to see them do well. And obviously, whenever you get to partner with an elite-level athlete like Kyron Lacey and Harlem Berry, shed some light and some attention on your business, it's a pretty good thing to do. So we're looking forward to that. Hey, look, if you're thinking about building a pool, you got to go Duplessis now. Don't say, I'll wait till after the holidays, because realistically, when you start talking about permitting and plans and all of that just to get to where you can put a shovel in the dirt, that could be a 6-8 week process. And then it's going to be a 2-month build out as well. You want to be swimming by the spring with your landscaping done and everything? You got to call Duplessis today. DuplessisBuilders.net. Online, DuplessisBuilders.net.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
It's always our pleasure to visit with Phil Steele here for a couple of segments on a Football Friday to get the best breakdown and preview of the best games of the college football weekend. Phil, let's move into the 2:30, the 3 o'clock slate and into the evening. We teased it before break. Utah, Oklahoma State. We talked a bit about Oklahoma State with Arkansas there a smidge ago, but boy, this is a virtual pick'em as I look at it right now. Utah, a 1-point road favorite at Oklahoma State. A couple of 3-0 teams. Number 12, Utah. Number 14, Oklahoma State. Somebody out of the Big 12 is going to win that league, get an auto bid to the playoff, and be a top 4 seed with a bye. Might be one of these two teams. How do you see it going down in Stillwater, Phil?
Yeah, and I look at Utah, and I think they are the best team in the Big 12 with a healthy QB. And their problem is last week and a half, they haven't had their quarterback, and it's hurt them a little bit. And now he's questionable. Cam Rising, of course, earlier in the week, yesterday, Matt, you looked at the lines, and Oklahoma State went to a 2.5-point favorite. And I'm like, somebody knows something. Rising's not playing, I guess. But now it's back to where Utah's favored. So, all the indications are he will play. He's got that glove on his hand. And I think if you have 100% Cam Rising, I like Utah. We talked about the Oklahoma State game against Arkansas. I think Utah's a better team than Arkansas, very capable going on the road and getting the win here. But if Cam Rising's not there, go back to the Baylor game. Utah dominated that thing at the half, and then with Cam Rising out in the second half, Baylor was able to cover. Utah's offense went away. They've got a true freshman that would be making his first road start at Oklahoma State. That would be scary. So if you know Cam Rising is going to play and be 100%, take Utah. If you know he's out, take Oklahoma State. But if you don't know, then maybe just watch and see what happens.
There's one that I'm only interested in because of the spread, Phil. It's Miami at South Florida. You may disagree. I don't know if South Florida can pull the upset. But Miami's a team with playoff aspirations. They've looked awesome. But they're going on the road. There's probably a lot of kids at USF that would have loved to have played for the University of Miami. And we saw South Florida go toe-to-toe with Alabama for 3+ quarters. That line is 17, Phil, for the Bulls at home. And that looks mighty tempting. But that may just be a sucker line. So I'm curious what you think Miami, the U, at South Florida.
No, I like South Florida in that one. In fact, I think South Florida could win the American Conference this year. They get Memphis at home. That's going to be a big game for them. And as you mentioned, the Alabama game, what a misleading final score. That thing is 21-16 with 6 minutes to go in the game, and somehow Bama puts up 3 touchdowns after that. And that game was at Alabama. Now this game is at home, where you're not going to get a turnaround like that. I like Byron Brown. He's a dynamic quarterback. He's leading the team in rushing with 254 yards. He's hitting 56% and hasn't tossed an interception all year. They've got Kelly Joyner in the backfield, Naquan Wright. I believe he's a Florida transfer. So they've got some good players. They run the football well. They can shrink the clock. I'm very high on Miami. As you know, I had them in my preseason top 10. A lot of people scoffed at that. But I'm going to take USF plus the points there.
What about Cal at Florida State, Phil? How about this? An ACC matchup, Cal, Florida State. 3-0 Cal, 0-3 Florida State. This is not something I think anybody thought we'd see, but Florida State's actually 2.5-point home favorite. Do they finally break through and get a win?
I thought they'd finally break through and get a win against Memphis. That didn't happen. So I'm tired. I'm not going to do it until they actually win a game. But, I mean, California's a good team. They've got one of the best secondaries in the country. They showed that against Auburn. They had, 4 or 5 interceptions in the game, and they were +5 in turnovers. They've played lockdown defense the entire year, only giving up 289 yards per game. Offensively, Jay Knott back in the lineup. He missed an earlier game, but having him back is huge. And Mendoza's looked really good, hitting 70% with a 5-1 ratio. So no doubt, Cal's been the better team. My average game grades would have Cal favored in the game, but I mean, I couldn't envision Florida State dropping to 0-4. Can you?
I mean, I didn't think they'd lose to Memphis. So, no, I mean, but I'm with you. What do you do with Florida State until they actually show they can win a game? Tennessee at Oklahoma, Phil. This might be the biggest one on the card for the day. Josh Heupel going back to OU. Tennessee flying high, but this will be by far their biggest challenge. Nico, first true road start. There's always that question with a freshman quarterback. The number 6 Vols at the number 15 Sooners, Phil. The marquee game of the day, ABC, night, 6:30 kickoff. How do you see it?
Yeah, I'm going against the grain in this one. I just saw a post, and somebody said that 86% of the bets and 91% of the money are on Tennessee. And it's obvious if you look at the two teams' play so far this year. Tennessee's actually number 1 in my average game grade right now at 133.8. They've just simply dominated all of their opponents. And Oklahoma comes in number 35 in my average game grade. So there, on paper, just looking at the two teams play, I mean, Oklahoma only led Tulane by 5 in the fourth quarter, got outgained by Houston, and needed 2 late scores to get the cover against Temple, and were held under 400 yards offense. You would say Tennessee, but you did it. It's Nico's first road start. This is a tough environment. And last year, if you look at Tennessee's games, they lost 4 games last year. They were the only 4 games that they were actually held below 150 yards rushing in a game. And Oklahoma's got a really good rush defense, one of the best run defenses in the country, allowing just 78 yards per game, 2.2 yards per carry. Maybe they've been holding stuff back, and they're at home. It's at night. They're fired up for this one. I am actually going to go with the home dog here. You know, Tennessee's actually 1-5 straight up their last 6 true road games. So I'm going to call for Oklahoma to potentially pull the upset and go against the grain.
That is a pretty sharp play. Nico, first true road start for a freshman. There's something to that angle. We'll see if OU can keep it close, maybe make a play to win it late. Just my own curiosity here, Phil, because Coach Prime is interesting to most everybody. Colorado's a 2-point home favorite against Baylor. That's, of course, Dave Aranda's squad. He used to be here in Baton Rouge, so a lot of people kind of keep an eye on Dave and what he's doing. Baylor at Colorado Saturday night. Any thought there?
Yeah, I like Baylor. I think Dave Aranda's doing a tremendous job. You know, his defense giving up just 230 yards per game, and you got to like that. And the one thing when I talked to Coach Aranda in the offseason, they switched their offense, and he thought the switch of the offense would help the defense because they were facing the spread now every day in practice as opposed to what they were running before. And it certainly has helped the defense, as has Aranda actually calling the plays. Colorado has got the skill players. Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, LeJonte Wester, the skill players galore. But I think Baylor can control the line of scrimmage. And I like the way that both DeQuan Finn and Sawyer Robertson are playing at the quarterback spot. To me, it doesn't matter which one plays here. I'm actually going to call for Baylor to go on the road and grab the road upset.
Phil Steele, got a couple of more for him. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042. Make sure you get to YouTube. Take the Phil Steele Plus tour. I did it yesterday. He's got free plays there. We'll tell you more about that here in just a quick second. K-State, BYU, Big 12 matchup. we have to pay attention to Kansas State. I keep stressing this to the audience. Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Utah, these Big 12 teams, one of them are getting an auto bid. K-State looks mighty good. They're a 7-point road favorite there at BYU. Do the Wildcats keep it going?
Yeah, I like Kansas State to win the game, no doubt. But I will say this. BYU has really impressed me in all three games this year. Now, you look at the Southern Illinois game in the first game, they dominated and probably more than was expected. Go on the road and beat SMU and then just shut down Wyoming 34-14. They have looked good both offensively and defensively. Like what I see Jake Retzlaff at the quarterback spot, but unfortunately he's also the team's leading rusher, and they're down their top couple of running backs. Kansas State did almost lose at Tulane. They needed that late defensive score to pull out a 7-point win, but looked better in the second half last week against Arizona. That was anybody's game at the half, but then they sort of dominated. They're going on the road. Avery Johnson should get better each week. I'm going to go with K-State to get this one on the road, but I don't think it's going to be super easy.
All right, Phil. In Baton Rouge, it has been it's been hard to watch the Tigers for 3 weeks. There have not been a lot of easy Saturdays. This one feels like it should be an easy Saturday in Baton Rouge. UCLA has just been awful. There's no other way to say it. It's a rematch from 2021. See that number coming down a bit, Phil. I'm looking at it here on Friday at 22.5. It was 24.5 yesterday. So I don't know what people know, but what do you know? LSU-UCLA.
Well, my personal line on the game was LSU minus 24, so I could say at 24.5, I'd be a slight lean on UCLA. 22.5, I like LSU, but I think the odds makers have this one right. LSU should have no problem with UCLA. It's first year for Deshaun Foster as the head coach. Go back to that Hawaii game. They really struggled at the half. They were down 10-0, outgained almost 2-1. Last week they were dominated by Indiana at home. They are struggling to get the run game going, only averaging 84 yards per game on the ground. Ethan Garbers is with a 1-3 ratio so far this year. That's poor. They're allowing some sacks. The defense lost their defensive coordinator, lost some key players off the defense, and hasn't looked as tough as last year. And LSU's got the talent edge, the home edge, the humidity edge. LSU's got a lot going for it. But are you comfortable laying 24.5 with LSU, or do you think it would be more like the Nichols game where they sort of do what they have to do to get the win? To me, I have LSU by 24.
Yeah, Phil, it's hard to lay that big of a number with LSU right now. I get that. It's also been funny. Literally everybody we've talked to this week who covers UCLA, they don't have a single good thing to say. I mean, it feels like it is a really, really, really toxic situation there in Westwood right now. And the other thing about Nichols, Phil, we talked about spots earlier. 6 days, short week, coming back from a hard-fought loss to USC. Right. And LSU really piled on in the second half against Nichols. I can excuse some of that stuff to this point, but LSU's got to. I mean, if you're going to be anything this year, you got to get going this weekend against UCLA.
And one thing UCLA backers may not realize is how good Indiana is. Indiana can run the ball. They've got an outstanding quarterback, a great defense, and a top-notch head coach. Indiana was picked 17th by the Big Ten media. I have them 12th, middle of the pack in the Big Ten this year, and I think they're a much better team than people think they are.
You get analysis like that at Phil Steele Plus. Go take the Phil Steele Plus tour on YouTube. You can link right from the homepage at philsteele.com. You'll see it right there. Phil, you want to give them a rundown of Phil Steele Plus?
Yeah, appreciate that. Phil Steele Plus gets you free selections each and every week. This week you get 5 free plays, 3 quick hitters, 2 NFL plays, all absolutely free, and all with complete reasoning. I show you why I like the plays. It's all available right now. Take the Phil Steele Plus tour. Just go to philsteele.com. Go to the daily blog right in the middle of the page and click on the Phil Steele Plus tour on YouTube.
Phil, you're the best. We appreciate it as always. Enjoy the football this weekend. We'll talk again next Friday.
All right, sounds like a lot of fun, Matt. You have a great weekend, my friend.
You do the very same. The one and only Phil Steele, good enough to be with us every single Friday. It's After Further Review. Our tailgate segment's next. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Watermark Hotel and the Renaissance Hotel, 2 amazing hotel properties in Baton Rouge. Watermark Downtown, voted by you, the best hotel in Baton Rouge and the best of 225, and, of course, the Renaissance right there on Blue Bond. As a matter of fact, just in a short period of time, your Fighting Tigers are going to find their way over to the Renaissance Hotel because that's where the team stays. The entire program stays at the Renaissance Hotel the night before every home game. So when I tell you the Renaissance Hotel can host your next event, if they can host the entire LSU football program the night before a game, they can host whatever you have. If they'll reconfigure their grand ballroom for the team meal where the whole team can dine together. They have their small rooms to the breakout for the position group meetings as well. If you need projection screens or any type of technology, the Renaissance Hotel can handle all of it. Right there, conveniently on Bluebonnet near I-10. It's the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Is there still a chance AJ plays on Sunday?
Yeah, well, again, we got some time. We'll see how today goes. We'll see how the rest of the, we got today. We got a little bit of tomorrow before, and obviously Sunday before we can have to make that decision. And I know he's working. I know both guys are working their butts off to try to get back.
That was Nick Sirianni asked about receiver A.J. Brown. That was earlier Friday. Said, we don't have to make a decision. Oh, the decision's been made. The injury report is out. A.J. Brown officially listed as out for Sunday's game in the Dome. Johnny Wilson, the wide receiver, who, of course, LSU fans got to see at Florida State the past couple of seasons. He was a full participant on Friday after sitting out Wednesday, Thursday. He'll play. And then C.J. Gardner-Johnson, C.D. Deuce, who did not practice Thursday, Friday, is officially listed as questionable, but he told reporters on Friday, see you Sunday. So C.D. Deuce is expected to play against the Saints. Look, this game we'll talk plenty about Saints-Eagles as we move throughout the rest of the show. I'll definitely give you a pick on the game. But it's one of those where the Eagles' defense has been atrocious. The Saints' defense has been awesome. Flip side of that, this will be the first time really the Saints' defense is challenged with what its Achilles heel has been. They have struggled last year against the run and have struggled against running quarterbacks. So this is going to be a different kind of test defensively that the Saints have had than the last 2 weeks. The Saints injury report, by the way, is very, very long. But the good news is Jalen Ford, Rashid Shaheed, Marshawn Lattimore, Taliese Fuanga, Tyrann Mathieu, all full participants on Friday, as was A.T. Perry. Colin Saunders is out. DeMarco Jackson, Taysom Hill, Landon Young, Will Harris, questionable. That's your injury report, but it certainly seems like they're just getting those guys ready to be ready to go on Sunday. If anything changes, we'll certainly talk about it as the day goes along. We're brought to you by Optimize, GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. If you're thinking about a whole home generator, a Generac automatic standby generator, you want the Generator People. Hey, look, if you want to go get some cracklins, you go to Chris's. That's just what you do. You want a roof? Well, you call Parrish. You call a roofing company. You want a generator? You call the Generator People. Listen, a Generac automatic home standby generator, it's a commodity. There's a lot of different companies that sell the same exact product. So why do you go with Optimize? Why do more people go with Optimize than anyone? Because it's all they do. They sell, service, install Generac automatic home standby generators. They have inventory. They have skilled technicians that this is all they do. They're not working on HVACs in the morning and generators at night. They do one thing, generators. Entire 1012 corridor, Lake Charles to Slidell, anywhere in between. GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. You got $600 for a down payment. They have financing options for any budget. GeneratorPeople.com. For Optimize, GeneratorPeople.com. All right, let's eat some stuff.
At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner, fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Friday tailgate recipe of the week with Chris's Specialty Foods. 3 locations, or go to chrisspecialtyfoods.com.
All right, Coben Linedecker back in studio with us. How are you, dude?
What's up, Matt? Glad to be here.
So we're playing the Bruins, eat the competition. We're eating some bear meat, right?
Yeah, we got grizzly bear. Killed it earlier.
Can you actually eat bear? Let's get closer to the mic. Yeah, pull that. There you go. Can you actually eat bear? Do people eat bear?
So grizzly bear, no, because it eats other meat. But black bear, you can eat. I've never eaten it. Some people say it's good. Their diet's just like veggie and berries and stuff, so you can eat it.
Hold on, why can't you eat a grizzly bear? Because it eats other meat.
There's a disease called trichinosis that you can get from eating meat from an animal that also eats other meat.
So like a cow only eats grass?
Yeah, grass or grain, yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, don't eat anything that eats other animals.
So like don't eat a lion?
Yeah, no. Trichinosis.
Now what about fish?
You can eat, yes, fish is good. The fish that are eating algae and other stuff
what we learned
is
today.
better, but you can eat fish that eat fish.
Okay. Huh.
So I know you're not a big hunter, but
what? Not a big. I don't hunt at all. I say it all the time. I very much endorse anybody's right to hunt. Go kill a lot of stuff so I can eat it. I love that. I love all of that. I just don't like hunters that brag about like what they killed.
Yeah.
Like, you sat in a stand with a scope from 200 yards away that could take a flea off of a horse's back. I mean, that ain't impressive. What the Indians did back in the day, like whittling your own arrowheads and creeping around and like jumping on a lion's back and putting it in a chokehold, and like that's impressive. That's hunting. This is sitting, waiting, and then shooting. That ain't impressive. But I fully endorse your right to do it because I want to eat everything you kill. All right, what do we got today?
All right, so I did our normal stuff. I did some smoked boudin, some chicken crackling, and some pork crackling. And then the big thing that I wanted to bring, one of my favorites at Chris's, is our smoked brisket that's already been smoked, and it's in a boiling bag. So the boiling
That's the sliders?
Yes, the boiling bag changes the game because you have 8 to 10 hour brisket that's already had all the work done in a bag that all you have to do is drop in water for 10 to 12 minutes and it's ready to eat.
I smell that brisket. It was smoked, right?
Yes.
That's what I smell, that smoky flavor.
Yep.
So walk me through then how you prepare that brisket. So you start from beginning. You got your brisket, what do you do?
Yeah, so we just keep it simple. We have our brisket and we do our Chris's dry rub that you can get at all the stores. We keep it unwrapped. We put it straight on the smoker at 225 for about 3 to 4 hours, just depending on the size of it.
Okay.
After those 3 to 4 hours is when you're going to take it off. You'll wrap it in tin foil. We always use apple juice to put on the meat after while we wrap it in tin foil. And then we do another 4 to 5 hours on the smoker, just depending on how big the brisket is.
So we're talking 7-8 hours on the smoker in total?
Yeah, and that's why the boil bag is so awesome, because all that work's already done for you.
Yeah.
You have 8-hour brisket already smoked that you're just boiling for 8 to 10 minutes.
That's really cool. Awesome. And so then you put it on a slider. So this is all available at any of the stores?
Yep. So we have all of our boil bags ready to go, or you can order hot brisket sliders in a platter form if you're going tailgating this weekend.
ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. So back-to-back S's. ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com is the website. Remember, the new location on Highland Road has daily lunch there as well. It's a bit of a game changer. Our guy Haldane was saying he went and had the lobster roll.
Lobster
today,
roll, yeah.
Is the lobster roll an everyday thing, or is that a special?
Every Friday.
So Friday is lobster roll.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
All right.
On Fridays, get you a lobster roll.
So whenever I go check the parish expense account today,
Right.
you're going to tell me that there's definitely going to be a Chris's
100%.
specialty food expense because Theriot went there and got lobster roll.
100%.
Like I'm eating my factor meals in the microwave for 2 minutes, which are great, by the way. And Theriot's over there eating lobster roll. So somebody cares about the bottom line. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, no, but great stuff over there. By the way, are y'all starting to take? So if people want anything for tomorrow, like tailgate platter, is it too late for that?
No.
Okay.
You can call right now, or even tomorrow morning. It doesn't take us long to make one. So we're still taking orders.
Okay, so if you're going to be tailgating for the UCLA game, you can check out Chris's 4 locations now with the newest one in Central.
Yep.
So that's really cool. And then obviously the Airline Prairieville location moved to Highland Road right across from Rufino's. Great spot if you haven't been over there. That's where they have the daily lunch now. It's Chris's Specialty Foods. And we'll tell you much more as we get close to the holidays. It can help you with your Thanksgiving dinner, turkey dress, all the sides, everything. We'll tell you much more. Y'all know plenty about Chris's. ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. All right, we can have a relatively easy Saturday.
Yes.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to see in the game?
Well, as all LSU fans these last couple of weeks, running the football is the biggest thing. But everyone got a little excited seeing the freshman Durham back there last week. Everyone's I feel like that's rehyped everyone with running the football. So if we can get him going, Jackson and Williams going, running the football with that powerful offensive line.
Let's go.
I think all LSU fans will be excited.
All right, Coben, we appreciate you for coming in, man. As always, do it again next week. Go Tigers, and y'all check out Chris's Specialty Foods. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
Okay, y'all, Theriot's in studio next. Ryan's Letter, our guest picker in an hour. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit. If you are thinking about buying land, speaking to all you hunters out there who I very much endorse your right to go shoot animals and everything so I can eat them, well, you need that hunting property. You want to buy your own? Maybe you're sick of sharing somebody else's lease? Man, come on. You want to buy your own hunting property, that recreational property? First South Farm Credit can make that happen. You go to firstsouthland.com. Your first call, your first option should be First South Farm Credit. Again, that website is firstsouthland.com. Recreational property. Maybe you want that acreage to build your family's dream home. First South Farm Credit makes that reality. Look, they're local, y'all. You want to do business with someone who works where you work, lives where you live, sounds like you talk? First South Farm Credit. They got locations in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. They can help you buy land in the contiguous 48. It's First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthland.com.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The home opener couldn't have been better for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, a dominant win over the Patriots. As for New England, head coach Gerard Mayo says today quarterback Jacoby Brissett is still the starter.
Jacoby is our quarterback until I say he's not the quarterback. I thought last night he showed a lot of toughness, a lot of grit on protection breakdowns, tried to do what we asked him to do. But I would say just as a team, as a coaching staff, we just got to be better.
Gerard Mayo. Bears wideout Keenan Allen will miss his second game in a row with a heel injury. The Bears play the Colts Sunday in Indy. Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt won't play Sunday night against the Falcons. He signed with Kansas City just 2 days ago. The Ravens signed running back Justice Hill to a 2-year extension. ESPN's Jamison Hensley reports the deal is worth $6 million. East Carolina corner Savone Revel Jr. will miss the rest of the season with a torn left ACL. He got hurt in practice this week. Mel Kiper Jr. ranks Revel as the number 2 corner in next year's draft.
Here's one stat that's super simple to remember. Discover automatically doubles the cash back on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. With Discover, you could turn $150 cash back to $300. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, gonna fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Yeah, the boy.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome Sports. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. Hey! Theriot.
It's the flat bill gets me, bro.
It actually does match your shirt a little bit.
Yeah. It's a little too big.
It's not bad. A little bit. You got to tighten it up a little bit. Not bad. Yeah, bro. Football Friday. Theriot in studio with us. If you're listening, not watching, as I turned around, Theriot put on a hat. We'll explain plenty about what that is. I do like the logo. I like the color scheme as well.
Talk about this here shortly.
That's a little Wild Soul. New product from our guy, Breggy. So we ditched the Breggy bomb.
So it's done.
Gone.
Yeah, and we'll get into details shortly. But from what I understand, no mas. As they like to say south of the border, my friends.
No mas.
Yeah, no mas.
That means no more.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran in the Superdome.
No
against
mas.
Sugar Ray Leonard back in the day.
Tapped
1980?
out. He tapped out.
1980, was that right? 1980?
Never
no
recovered
mas?
from that.
Roberto
did. I watched.
Is that right? Was it 1980?
I don't know, but I watched the documentary on that.
Oh, yeah.
Those two finally came together.
Oh, I did see that.
I liked it. I was.
Did he say he was sick or something like that all these years later? And then Sugar Ray was like, loser. Yeah. Pretty excited about tomorrow. LSU is going to play UCLA. 3 years in the making. 3 years in the making. 3 years in the making.
Oh, man.
Hey, bring your ass on. Bring your ass on in your little sissy blue shirt.
He's just on fire. I should have prepped him for
I was supposed to, I was not ready for that at all.
No kidding. Oh, man. I have a good Kick Rocks coming up in a little bit as well. How's your week going?
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah?
Let me say that.
What does that mean?
Most of the time, interesting means bad. I wouldn't say bad. Really?
Interesting doesn't have to mean bad.
For me, it does. Like when I say somebody's interesting, they really suck. I just don't want to say they suck. Just trying to be nice. I'm like, I'm interesting.
Oh, is that like when like you're talking about a girl? How is she? Oh, she's nice. She's a nice girl.
Yeah. Oh man, she's great. Really nice.
Parking it right in the friend zone.
Yeah. But it wasn't a bad week. It was an interesting week. You know, the storm's obviously keeping us busy, so the parish folks are rocking and rolling. So that's
no doubt
great.
about that.
Yeah. So I got to see Houston today for the first time all week, which was a treat. He's doing his best to win college still.
Good.
He has no voice and he's coughing. I guess that's a college thing.
Maybe he has the vid. Paul's had the vid for like 4 straight years.
Really?
Yeah. Paul sneezes and coughs all the time. I think he's just perpetually got the vid.
They had their first exchange last night with somebody.
It's a frat thing.
Yeah.
Greek thing. Yeah. I didn't do the. Did you do it? You
I-
did.
no,
Yeah,
I
because
did not.
you played. I don't think. Could you even do? Or,
A few guys
You
did.
could,
Yeah. But I mean, that makes for a long day, bro. You know.
yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But anyway, but the week's been good.
I'd bet you. How are the grades?
You know, I don't know that yet.
Yeah.
He's always been pretty good though, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We got some rules that have to be followed,
Yeah.
and because it's expensive.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Houston Theriot, freshman at LSU, living his best life right now, living in the dorm. I mean, that's the dumbest decision ever to live in the dorm. Like, why would you live in a dorm at LSU?
Well, I asked him that, and here was his response. Dad, I want to get, no, actually it wasn't. It was, bro.
Bro.
I want the full college experience. I'm like, well, you're getting it, son. Shower shoes and gonorrhea and all, buddy.
Oh, my God, dude.
I do have a letter. This is
I'd love to hear it.
Taking this back a little bit.
Okay.
So last year before last. I don't know that I'm going to stay doing this, but I'm doing it for this week. So.
Okay.
This letter goes out to Los Angeles, the city.
Here we go. I'm here for all of this.
All my friends out there on the West Coast.
Yeah. I am so here for this.
Why is it the moment that I get off the plane, I smell homelessness and heroin?
Oh, what a line.
When I typed it, I started cracking up. Well, that was good, Ryan. That was pretty good.
You got a future in this.
That
You
was
want to
good.
write for LouisianaSports.net?
That was a good one.
Oh, man.
I'm going to read it again.
Okay. All right.
Why is it?
You screwed it up.
Why is it that the moment I get off the plane, I smell homelessness and heroin?
You should have stuck with just the first time.
There's shopping carts lining Santa Monica Freeway.
True.
The show Walking Dead was filmed on Skid Row using only locals. You ever seen those videos?
No.
With the people that are all messed up?
I haven't seen Walking Dead or Skid Row.
They're zombies.
Yeah.
You know, when you've never seen this?
No, sorry.
Muse, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. Most people did. I'm just not. I'm the wrong audience of one. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people listening who got it.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Okay.
If it was about $1 Million Listing, I got you.
Okay. Fair.
You know what I mean?
You'd swear it was a zombie apocalypse happening from sun up to sundown.
Mm.
What was once the most desired place to live on the planet, it has now turned into an overpriced dump. With the most off-the-wall political views, thanks to an idiot governor and a bunch of mayors who could care less about our great nation.
Yeah.
I can remember Tupac and Snoop poetically praising the toughness, the loyal nature of the West Coast. You remember.
In the city of good old Watts.
Now you've got morons like Billie Eilish embarrassing a culture that used to be a shining star. To be honest, Matt, Los Angeles sucks. It doesn't suck as bad as San Francisco, but it still sucks.
I really like wine country.
I love wine country. That's not San Francisco.
I like San Francisco, too.
No.
It's beautiful.
Like the city?
Well, it's beautiful, and you're right there on the bay. And the bay's right there, the gateway to the Pacific Ocean, and those big, tall redwoods right there, and the real hilly streets, and the park on McCovey Cove.
Have you been in the city?
Yeah.
With the plywood above all the...
Yeah, I can just look past all that. Like Eric and I went a couple years ago for our wedding anniversary.
Did you read about the first-round pick that got shanked?
Yeah, I did.
Walking through the city a couple weeks ago?
We got shot.
Got shot in the chest?
Yeah. I know. I'm not saying
San Francisco sucks.
I'm not saying that's great at all. It's just beautiful. There's beautiful things about it.
No, it is beautiful. I lived in
like I would retire in Sausalito.
I lived in Half Moon Bay. Beautiful.
God, I would retire in Sausalito.
Yeah, no, it's good. But San Francisco sucks. Nobody goes to UCLA anymore to play sports. That's just a real thing. Back in the day, you had guys and gals like Kareem, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. I loved her. Yeah. Jackie Robinson went there. Bill Walton.
Yeah. Rip.
You had some big stars wearing the baby blue. Matt, that time has passed.
The sissy blue.
The sissy blue.
Yeah, we're not wearing the baby blue.
The sissy blue.
Today only wearing the sissy blue.
That's right. Now, if you want to be a climate change activist, or if you want to hold a management level position at PETA, then UCLA is the place for you. The Bruins lead the league in weirdos who waste their parents' hard-earned money for a degree that'll amount to nothing but bad debt and government dependence.
Beautiful campus, though. Westwood over there. You've been by Westwood, right by Bel Air? Gorgeous. God, beautiful.
At LSU on game days, we sell out of Natty Light, Skull, and Plan B.
Yeah.
That's what should happen on a college.
College.
Saturday night, that's what should happen.
That's what it is. College town?
Yeah. On UCLA game days, they sell out of blue hair dye, Ukraine flags, and megaphones. I laughed when I wrote that one down. I took that one too.
So good.
Tilly was like, bro, you can't say that.
Yeah, you can't. Blue hair dye, Ukraine flags, and megaphones.
Yeah. At LSU, we wear Jordans and listen to Boosie.
Yes.
Wipe me down.
Got mine on right now.
At UCLA, they wear tie-dye and have multiple cats in their apartments.
Yeah.
This game couldn't be more of a drastic culture clash. Yeah, I know. And I can't wait for this beatdown. Go Tigers. Sincerely, Ryan.
So after further review, we're glad you're with us. Brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. More than 30 locations across a dozen different states. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Do you have Michelli locations in California, by the way? Florida all the way to California, Oregon, points in between 6 in Louisiana. You weigh or measure something, They sell, service, rent the products used to weigh and measure. I don't know, you got a company that deals with aggregates or something like that?
You need to weigh them.
Got to weigh all those rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got
Sand.
to. Sand.
Clay.
I mean, somebody's got to weigh that. Got to calibrate those scales. What happens if the scale isn't calibrated properly?
Somebody's not getting paid right.
Yeah, somebody's not getting paid right.
Somebody's going to be pissed.
That's why you need Michelli. Michelli. Michelli.com. Michelli.com. All right, we'll do Kick Rocks. I have one that's been boiling my blood. We'll do it next, Avar.
After further review.
Buying or selling commercial or residential, you need a realtor. You need Darren James. Agent225.com, agent225.com. It's Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. LPT stands for Listing Power Tools. In just about a year, LPT Realty has reached the same scale, the same number of realtors nationally that some of the biggest real estate brands in the world. It took them a decade to reach that type of scale. You want to know why?
Mm-hmm.
Call Darren James and find out. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com. Darren does an amazing job marketing all of his properties, whether it's a $100,000 home, $100 million home. There's a showing, an open house coming up this weekend at this beautiful property in Gonzales. It's on Conway Village. Beautiful home. Love those shutters as well. You can check it out or learn more at agent225.com. Agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
There you go, Muse.
You like it?
I do.
Yeah, this one gets it going today. Hey.
Muse just got to do better. I mean, you already missed our Sissy Blue drop. You know what I mean?
I like this song.
Hey, bring your ass on. Bring your ass on in your little sissy blue shirt.
What does he think? Like, I don't need to evaluate that any longer, but like, he's walking into the Rose Bowl.
I love it.
Just like there's this dude and his son just like looking down in the tunnel as they're walking in. He's like, Coach Ogeron, y'all gonna lose today. Like, why in the world would you clap back at a dude and his son but you're walking into the stadium with cameras everywhere? Oh, light years ago, man.
That's
light
him,
years
man.
away.
I loved it.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yeah. Loved getting your ass kicked in the Rose Bowl by UCLA, too, in their sissy blue shirts. I have a Kick Rocks. Should I start it now, or should we wait? Or you want me to do it after the end of Kick Rocks?
No, we can. Whatever you want to do, bro. It's your show.
All right, let's do Kick Rocks. Hit it. I'll go last.
It's time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick Rocks with shoes from Ruckus, Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick Rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
I think you can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Oh, my God, dude. Have you seen this? The weather update?
No.
Tomorrow at kickoff, 90 degrees, high of 95, low of 71. Dude, those kids from Los Angeles are going to be absolutely miserable on the east sideline tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sun right in their face.
Just relentless for the entire game. Oh, my God.
Perfect.
God bless them, dude. That's going to get ugly tomorrow. Anyway.
Is it going to get ugly as LSU, South Carolina ugly?
That was just a hideous football game. That was a poorly played football game on both sides. The egregious amount of penalties, the incessant bitching all week from South Carolina fans who are ninnies who never won a damn thing, and that's why they keep complaining. Still on Friday. They're still in my Twitter mentions on Friday. Some of them are talking about my mama.
What?
They brought Mama Scone.
Mama Scone?
Yeah. Huh. Talking about Erica. I'm like, really? This is what y'all do? Like, the Baton Rouge radio guy a week after the game? You're talking about my wife and my mom? Like,
they must not know Erica Moscona went to Sherwood Middle.
She get rough and rowdy, dog.
She got them hands.
She'll throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
She'll pull her. No, she won't. Erica's told me before her plan if we ever have an intruder at the home. Have I ever told you this?
Mm-mm.
All right. This is Erica's plan. If anyone breaks into the house, she's going to play dead.
Like if a bear breaks into the house.
No.
Like a grizzly bear comes in, she's just going to play dead?
If an intruder, like someone is burglarizing our home, someone breaks in.
She's going to act like she's
She's
already
going to
dead.
act like she's dead. And I said, baby, like, and when she does this. She like puts her head to the side, puts her tongue out like, because your tongue's out when you're dead?
Yeah.
And I was like,
is it?
I guess. It has to be. I said, babe, like, do you think this person's going to stumble into your room and just go like, damn, I just happened to break into a house with a dead chick in it.
Yeah.
Like, you think it wouldn't connect the dots that you're not really dead?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love that.
So, no, I don't think she would actually fight anybody.
You never know.
All right, what you got? No, she just texted.
They did it again, Matt. The stupid LSU fans did it again.
Okay.
Scrolling through social media during the game last week, and I almost got receipts. I almost started writing names down because my plan was to come in here today and call every one of you clowns out on air that just bash the Tigers the whole time during the game. This one needs to get fired. This guy stinks. LSU stinks. Curly Hallman this. Like, it was Jerry DiNardo. Like, it was. And then they won the game, and then everybody shut up.
Yep, they all ran away.
I'm going to do it.
You got names?
No, I didn't, but I will.
Okay.
I'm going to get names. And I'm going to, just so all of y'all know, I'm prefacing this. I'm warning every one of you guys. I'm going to say your name on air. You're a stupid LSU fan. That's coming.
I mean, they probably are okay with that, though.
Maybe, but it'll make me feel better.
Okay.
I got a couple hugs.
One kick rock, and then hugs?
And 2 hugs.
Okay. At least you wrote your letter.
Whoever fixed the potholes on Highlandia and Lavo Lane, I want to give you a hug. I've been very, I've been mean. I have.
You had to get their attention.
But apparently I did. Yeah. So this is a couple months now. There's been holes that have been fixed. I do not fear for my tires and rims any longer. And I want to thank you guys. I want to give you a hug for that. And then the greatest offensive baseball season of all time is happening right now.
Aaron Judge?
From Shohei Ohtani. Oh. And if you haven't looked and seen what this fella is doing, it is amazing, and it will never happen again. It's not going to happen again.
Okay.
It'll
happen again.
He's got a legitimate chance to finish this year 60-60 if they go deep in the playoffs.
Got it.
I mean, 60 home runs and 60 stolen bases.
Talking about regular season, but then 60-60 wouldn't count.
A whole season, he hit 60 homers and stole 60 bases.
No.
He could go 55 and 55 this year.
That could happen.
He went 6 for 6.
Yeah.
With 3 homers.
You think they were just grooving in pitches yesterday to let him get to 50-50?
Absolutely not. Nobody wants to be that guy.
I disagree. I've said this for years. Mike Bassick's the one who gave up the 70th homer to Barry Bonds. And I think, or the 71st homer? Was it 71? The one when he broke, McGuire was 70. When he gave 71, it was Mike Bassick of the Nationals.
You think he just...
And Mike Bassick absolutely, nobody pitched to Bonds.
No.
And he grooved him one.
And just right here.
Because now otherwise, who's Mike Bassick? Here I am 15 years later saying Mike Bassick's name because he was on the other end of that. 100% grooved it.
Last year we were talking about it being the greatest season of all time because of what he did on the mound and what he did at the plate. And this year I'm talking about, and others, about it being the greatest offensive season of all time, about what he's doing strictly at the plate. I want to give Shohei a hug.
Okay,
what you got?
LSU football is going to kick rocks today.
Kick rocks.
I'm talking to you, my beloved alma mater, because you had an opportunity on Saturday to do something amazing, and you totally screwed it up. You had an opportunity to do something that will likely never have an opportunity to happen again, and you totally screwed it up. You know what I'm talking about? You had an opportunity at the Cathedral of College Football, the single greatest home venue in the land, do we agree? Tiger Stadium. Not even my opinion, go look at anybody. Greatest home field advantage, this or that, right? Tiger Stadium. You had an opportunity to have an all-time uniform game in Tiger Stadium. LSU's traditional home whites, UCLA's gorgeous sissy blue unis with their gold, their old gold, the script UCLA on the helmet. You had the opportunity for an epic uniform matchup in the greatest venue in college football. And you decided instead, let's wear the puke purple jerseys and make UCLA come in and wear their whites. Stupid. Whoever's decision that was, I don't know if it was Scott Woodward or Brian Kelly or whoever the new equipment manager is that replaced G-String, or if it was Garrett Nussmeyer. I don't know who made this decision. Whoever's decision this was to wear the purple jerseys when you had an opportunity for an all-time epic uniform matchup in Tiger Stadium, which, by the way, we will never see again.
Ever.
LSU ain't scheduling home and home with UCLA ever again. I mean, the only shot is maybe some year in the future on a one-off if you end up in a playoff game in Tiger Stadium with UCLA, but what's the chances of that happening?
Not great.
This was your opportunity. You had an opportunity for an all-time uniform game in Tiger Stadium, and you screwed it up. You're going to wear your stupid, hideous, awful, ridiculous purple jerseys. Kick rocks, whoever's decision that was.
Kick rocks.
I don't know whose it was. I don't know if it was Kelly, equipment guy. Michael Bonnet, I don't know. Whoever it was, you can kick the most gigantic bag of rocks ever. Livid. Stupid. Take that off the screen. Get it off my screen. Stupid purple jerseys. Ridiculous. You had the opportunity for something awesome. And you do that. Tell people about Ruckus.
What is it? Ruckus103.com?
Yes.
So
they're awesome.
Yeah, Ruckus
Unlike
is great.
what LSU is doing with their uniforms tomorrow, which is the opposite of awesome.
So I'm a big fan of Ruckus. Everybody knows that. You got the store here in Baton Rouge over there on Jones Creek, and then over in Lafayette as well. I went with the Vans today, white Vans with the black little thing. Matt has some beautiful Jordans on today.
White Jordans with the snake skin.
So if you haven't been, there you go, perfect. If you haven't been to Ruckus, I need all you guys to do yourselves a favor and go check them out.
Did you give me my orange and blacks?
I haven't had a chance to get over there.
You texted me a picture.
I did.
Of orange and black G-Nikes, Air Force Ones, which you know I love. And I've been looking for a pair of orange and black as a Calici. And it's very hard to find them. They don't come around very often. I've been telling you for a long time I've been looking for orange and black Nikes. You sent me a picture of it.
I did.
Like, what just to tease me?
I mean, you could drive over there.
I was in the middle of whiskey and wine when you sent that.
Sunday, you could have gone.
They're going to be gone.
No, I don't think so. That was a new picture. Anyway,
ask Jalen.
Ruckus103.com.
Jalen's listening right now. Jalen, pull me a pair, please. 13s.
Size 13s.
You know I'm good for it.
Yeah, you guys go check them out, man.
All
Ruckus
right.
is great.
It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. I wish I didn't have LASIK, so I could take out my contacts tomorrow and not watch LSU in those stupid uniforms.
Wow.
But instead, Dr. Blake Williamson did such an amazing job that I have superhuman vision. I see better than 20/20. So I'm going to see that hideous purple jersey in better than 20/20 superhuman vision tomorrow. I'm so pissed about this. So pissed. But call the Williamson Eye Center.
Yeah, call them.
924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. The Williamson Eye Center. I'm not even putting on. Like, this isn't a joke. I'm not just hamming this up.
No, I know. You're not happy about it. You like the uniform.
I'm a uniform guy.
You are.
How long have I bitched about LSU? Finally, they had the piping in baseball.
If they would have done
Look at Muse.
the
Muse
white
the uniform guy.
the all-white color rush alternative, would that have been worse than this, or is this your most hated color
This
scheme?
is awful.
You hate it.
Gold, purple, gold is gaudy. It's hideous. It's awful. This is the worst uniform combination LSU has. And they're wearing it in what could. And the other part of that is that we don't get to see UCLA's blues.
Yeah.
And I know we got to see this uniform matchup in the Rose Bowl, and that's fine. But this would have been in Tiger Stadium. 100 years from now, when they're in the video board or AI board or whatever they got in Tiger Stadium, if they're still playing in Tiger Stadium, they're going to say,
on a hallowed afternoon in 2024, the UCLA Bruins visited Tiger Stadium.
And there's going to be some kid in the stands who has no concept of any of this, who's going to look and say, not think anything of it. But if they had switched and LSU was wearing its gorgeous white home kits and UCLA was in their sissy blues, if UCLA was in their sissy blues.
Hey, bring your ass on. Bring your ass on in your little sissy blue shirt.
Just give me the sissy blue from now on. Some kid 100 years from now would have been like, damn.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that uniform. Look at that uniform game. I'm so pissed at whoever at LSU made this decision. Terrible decision. All right, we got to go to break. It's After Further Review.
After Further Review.
You know what could help you burn off some steam?
Sauna.
Get in your garden and plant something.
Oh, yeah.
Very therapeutic. It's good exercise. Get your hand in the dirt. Grounding.
Grounding, yeah. No, that's a thing.
That's a real thing. Healthy for you.
It is.
Also, get outside, get some sun. Some natural vitamin D.
No, and we lack that.
We do.
I mean, that's the thing. People need to take vitamin D supplements. Just get it from the sun.
Human beings were meant to be outside like for 85% of the day. Instead, like on average, we're outside for like 3% of our day.
Yeah,
so get outside. Just plant something. Great time of year. That fall vegetable garden. Maybe you want to go put out your plots. Buckbuster, Mobucks,
Yeah.
Rice Bran, Deer Corn, got it all.
They got it all there.
At all 4 locations of Clegg's Nursery.
When do we start buying like the fall color stuff?
Oh, that's now. Okay. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you into Clegg's Nursery.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Two in a row.
Muse trying to redeem himself over here. Trying to look like an actual, I don't know, you're trying to get me in a better mood, Muse. Are you as mad as I am about the unis?
I am. I
know
hate
you
it.
are.
It's awful. You wear them next week against South Alabama. You have another non-conference game.
Yeah. So mad at it. And I know what they're like, and it's a Nike thing too. Like Nike in many instances determines and dictates what, like how many times LSU has to wear a different color combination. I know that's part of it. When they wear their alternates as well, and kick rocks for this. Just terrible. I'm so mad about it. All right, Michael Posey's in studio with us. Tell everybody who he is.
He's back. I got my guy, homie, my homeboy from back in the day. We got to shout out Broadmoor High School, obviously.
That's Catholics outnumbered on set right now. We got St. Michael. We got Central. You're from North Louisiana. Where'd you go to school? Okay, William went to Neville. Neville. We got 2 Broadmoor Bucks in here. Look at that.
That's right.
All right.
So we got my guy here. Yeah, Michael Posey, business manager extraordinaire for Alex Bregman. Everybody's familiar with
How's
Breggy.
Breggy doing, man?
Yeah, man. Breggy's
good.
doing, he's wrapping it up. And wanted to get him in and talk about some stuff that they got going on with Rouse's.
If y'all remember, we did a remote over at Rouse's a few years ago. Bregman had a product line. Of course, we love Alex, man. He's been a great friend of yours and mine, and you and Michael have been friends forever. And so, Michael, walk me through this. So, Breggy Bomb, which we all became accustomed to, is no more, right? We're rebranded. It's a new product. What we got?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, Ryan gave Alex my number. I tell everybody this because it was hilarious. I get a random call out of nowhere from Alex. He says, "Hey, Michael, my name's Alex Bregman. I play baseball for the Houston Astros."
I've heard of you.
Dude, I know who you are,
Hold
man.
on. Let me Google you real quick. Hang on.
So, yeah, he reached out to me about 3 years ago. He had a licensing agreement under the Breggy Bomb brand. That brand came about because when he hits a home run, and Minute Maid, everybody says Breggy Bomb.
Yeah.
You know, and so he had a couple products. And so we did some stuff, with that brand, but it was always the original vision to create a new brand that could go national, go outside of his fan base, go outside of his regionality from a Houston Astro fan base or LSU fan base. And so we've been working on it for 3 years now.
Awesome.
And this is kind of the what was birthed out of it.
So what do we have?
So we started off thinking about really big. We didn't just want to be in one type of category. So we're a Southwest Foods brand.
Okay.
We just happened to start with salsa.
So for those that don't know, so the Breggy Bomb was salsa, right?
It was salsa. We had some rubs and some barbecue sauces, which was with the partnership of some professional pit masters. But yeah, salsa was kind of the deal. I mean, Breg's from the Southwest.
Yeah, from New Mexico. Yeah, of course.
So almost like a home of salsa.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to work creating this brand. We have 4 different flavors. We are exclusively launching with Rouse's.
I love that so much. We're great partners with Rouse's.
Oh, they're such a great partner. I mean, it's such a great grocery store.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, gosh, how long have they been around?
100 years, man.
Yeah.
I mean, all in the family.
Originally, the original store was when it was a produce stand was 100 years ago. As a grocer, about 60 years now. Yeah. And it's so cool. The spot they have a location down the bayou on the spot, a Rouse's location now from where the original produce stand was. So really cool, man. They've been able to keep a lot of their family tradition and all that lineage there, which is awesome. Great people.
Yeah, great grocery store. And so we were excited that they allowed us to be kind of an exclusive partner through November of this year. They'll have us on display. You can go to any Rouse's right now, pick up Wild Soul salsa.
Oh, nice. So it's there now.
It's there now. Yeah. It's there now. I was in the store off of, Burbank?
Burbank, yeah.
And it was exciting because I haven't been back in Baton Rouge, especially on day before a game.
Yeah.
And just the level of energy that's, coming through Baton Rouge right now. It's a lot of fun. But I was also thinking, man, how do I get all of our salsa to tailgating tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we grew up tailgating at, the big park. What's it called?
The Indian Mounds?
Yeah, the Indian Mounds. Indian Mounds. I mean, so the energy's so exciting and, excited to have our product represented in Rouse's right now.
That's awesome, man. Did you bring chips?
Man.
Come on!
Such a fail, right?
If I don't have chips and I want to try it.
Just drink it.
Should I just taste like a finger? I don't have
bring any spoons in there.
What about one of those cracklings? How about you dip the
what do you think?
Okay.
So, I mean, the proper way to actually taste salsa is always going to be with a spoon because because you have chips, it's going to have a salty, note to it, and it's going to.
Let me ask you this, and obviously we all love Alex, but working with a professional athlete, somebody of his stature, during the season, while he's trying to win a World Series. Trying to grow a brand, what are some of the challenges there? Because we all have that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. I mean, first, working with Alex is awesome. I mean, he's super down to earth, loves his fans, especially kids, and so it's a lot of fun to support him in his entrepreneurial ventures. But during the season, I mean, he is 1,000% baseball. Yeah. I mean, 1,000%. And so we just got to do a really good job up front, preseason, make sure that we got the vision going, and our team can run with it, while he's hitting jacks.
He's hitting numbers.
All right. Back. We got spoons.
Yeah, let's
try
it.
Michael. So We got
You can't try that one first.
We got mango habanero. No, don't do this first.
Can't do that one first. It's going to be the most heat.
Hot salsa, mango habanero, salsa verde, green, and mild. So where should we start?
You got to start with mild, but here's one significant differentiator that we bring to the table. All right, all of our salsas are made with tequila.
Give me that little guy. Let me see if I can get that.
It's the heat. It's the heat. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't want it to explode all through here.
Let me try, little fella. I can get that for you.
There you go. There you go.
I'm trying not to have it explode all over studio.
Stir it around a little bit.
All right.
So all of our salsas are made with tequila. So Alex has a relationship with Mark Wahlberg. Wahlberg's one of the primary investors.
Look at our
guy. Flecha Azul tequila. It's the number one additive-free tequila on the market today.
How much do I get here, Michael?
That's great. That's perfect.
He got a little. He didn't get that much. All right.
Hey, what was the name of the Mexican restaurant when me and used to go in and eat the chips and dip
Slime.
and just leave?
Was it Chi-Chi's?
It was over there by Cortana Mall.
It was our free meal.
Chi-Chi's?
We would go in, we'd get water,
salsa?
chips,
Ponchos.
and salsa, we'd crush, and then we'd leave.
Ponchos?
No.
Yeah, can eat very mucho for not very mucho. Eat all you want today. Raise the flag. That's fantastic. So, what other one should we try? What's the complete opposite of the mild? That's fantastic. You can tell it's fresh. It doesn't taste like a big giant factory-made salsa. Excuse me. That's awesome. What's another one we should try?
So I would go with the verde and the habanero. The mango habanero is kind of that sweet and heat. So we have peach puree, but also mangoes in there.
In the verde or the mango habanero?
In the mango habanero.
Here we go.
So you're going to get some sweet to it, but you're also going to get a lot of heat.
That lid's on there pretty good. Let's see.
We got to make sure it's fresh,
That smells good.
Are we going to stir it?
Yeah, stir it up.
Stir it up.
Is
All right.
stirring it a
By
thing?
the way,
I never do that.
Wild Soul. This is Alex Bregman's new property, or new product, I should say. Michael Posey in studio with us. He's Bregman's business manager. This is available in Rouse's. So if you're tailgating this weekend, go to Rouse's.
Yeah, go buy it from Rouse's. They have the best stuff.
That doesn't have a lot of heat on it.
Oh, no, not that one.
Yeah,
that one has zero
That's
heat.
sweet and delicious.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorites.
That's my favorite.
It's
there's a
really
little
good.
spice on there, though.
It's got a little pepper.
Pepper? Yeah, pepper. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's great.
But not a lot
very
of heat
different.
at all. So one of our goals was we saw, when you have fresh salsa, whether it's made
Look
in
at the
kitchen,
color difference, too.
Whether it's, in the refrigerated section, there's nothing like fresh salsa. We wanted to, but on the other hand, the flip side, when you go buy store-bought, shelf-stable salsa, it's like 100% tomato.
Yes.
They throw a little salt in it, maybe some cilantro, but it tastes like tomato.
My brother does homemade salsa. It's awesome. I love when we do it. And you're right. When you go to the store and buy it out of a jar, it's nothing just but tomatoes instead of like the fresh vegetables.
Exactly. So we wanted to bring those two things together. So we
that does have heat.
Our whole
That's got a
goal-
little action to it. That's got a little ass to it. That one right there. You know what I mean?
Our whole goal,
But it's sweet.
Oh yeah,
The mango habanero is sweet, but it has a lot of heat on it as well.
Yeah.
It's got some
I
heat
like
to it.
that more than just hot salsa where you're just burning your mouth. That has a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. This is a great job, man. Really, like if people love salsa, I mean, I would always encourage you support great companies, support great people, buy local. I mean, you can get this exclusively at Rouse's, and it's Alex Bregman's product. Like, of course, go support Bregman. If you're going to buy salsa, buy Wild Soul. It's Alex Bregman's product.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you?
You wouldn't.
Here's a little fun fact about the mango habanero. Put it on some ice cream.
Oh, get out of here.
It tastes like a cobbler.
I don't want to hear
It's
that's
great.
where you and I are going to just start to
it's
veer.
great.
No, we're going to veer
Trust
there,
me,
man.
Your
No.
listeners are going to love it. Trust
All right.
me.
If you're crazy, then you can listen to Michael and put the mango habanero on ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Or what you can do
That's really a thing?
is go buy Wild Soul exclusively at Rouse's. Wild, S-O-L, as in sun, right? Spanish for sun, soul. I did pay attention in 4 years of Spanish. Sometimes. Wild Soul. Great stuff, man. Let us know what we can do. I love the merch, too. These hats are great. I love the logo. Like, the hat really is good. That looks like an Arizona State kind of color scheme, doesn't it? That maroon and orange, maroon and yellow, maroon and gold.
You can get a bit of a
This is like
purple
this is an
feel.
Astros. This is Astros color.
We had to
scheme.
do one.
Of
like
course,
that, right?
of course
We
you
had
would.
to.
Naturally, of course you would. But make a purple and gold one, like with like LSU purple and gold. I like that too. That's silver and black.
What color are you gonna have to make next year for Alex?
Oh,
That's what I want to know. Is it going to be black? Is that it?
No, it's going to be blue and white.
Is that blue or black? Oh, that's black.
It's going to be blue and white.
Would it be blue and white?
Maybe a pinstripe?
Man.
We do like a pinstripe hat?
Gosh.
Would that be good? Look at Muse rolling his eyes. Take that, Muse!
The biggest Yankees fan right here on the planet.
Let's go! Clinched already? We already had one celebration for clinching. You know what's next, Brian? Another celebration for the division, then another celebration when you win one round. Then you have like 18 different celebrations with champagne. Y'all baseball guys celebrate too much.
We like to celebrate.
I know y'all do. All right. Michael, thanks for coming in, man. This is awesome.
Thank y'all for having me.
It's our pleasure. Y'all go pick up some Wild Soul exclusively at Rouse's. You'll be supporting Bregman's great brand. Michael is a Baton Rouge guy, and we're thrilled to help him out as well, man. So get by Rouse's exclusively. Pick up some Wild Soul for your tailgate this weekend. All right, it's After Further Review. Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Hey, there's a really cool new Grubbin' with G episode up. It's Gordon and Garrett Nussmeier. So if you want to check it out, it's on all the social medias right now. Go to Twitter, Instagram. You'll see it all. At GetGordon for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Gordon sitting down over at Phil's, as a matter of fact. Gordon and Garrett Nussmeier, catch that conversation. One of the really cool things he does, man, you get sort of a behind the scenes, get to know Gordon, but some of these athletes through these NIL partnerships that they've done with the G team. And of course, Garrett's having a great start to his season. So another awesome member of the G team. Hey, look, tell you all the time about the fun stuff Gordon does, from the billboard contest to the members of the G team, the NIL deals that he does, all the great philanthropic giveaways, from the bike giveaways around the holidays, or the laptop giveaways around graduation. But remember, that's the most important part. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. You need an attorney. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Let's get a little Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Fire away. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. You can email us. You can tweet us. You can text us in the 22. They bought the field sponsorship at Arkansas.
Oh, man, that's not
fair. So they
fair.
got the Walmart and the Tyson logos on the field at Arkansas.
It's not fair.
Well, guess what? I'm not interested in you anymore. Kick rocks, dorks.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Lee Michaels. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Love telling you about Lee Michaels. Awesome spot, man. You know, you look at the calendar, getting toward the end of September. Before you know it, man, Christmas is going to be here. And you know Christmas is the time a lot of gentlemen get down on bended knee, express their love for their significant other, and propose marriage. If that's something you're thinking about doing around this holiday season, you got to go see our friends over at Lee Michaels. Any of their 9 locations. 2 in Baton Rouge, Corporate Boulevard in Bocage, Mall of Louisiana, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport. Gentlemen, thrill her with a gift in the red box. If they don't have what you're looking for, it's okay. They can get it at one of their 9 locations. And if they can't find it, they'll make it for you. Experience the Lee Michaels difference. They call it the Lee Michaels experience. Don't be intimidated. Just walk in the door. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Patriots coach Gerard Mayo says Jacoby Brissett is still his starting quarterback. Brissett threw for only 98 yards, was sacked 5 times, and hit 15 times. in last night's loss to the Jets. ESPN's Mina Kimes agrees Brissett should stay on the job.
It's best for Drake May's development because what we saw last night, the amount of pressure that Jacoby Brissett was under, both when he was blitzed and unblitzed, the offensive line struggles with Coach Mayo alluded to there in terms of picking up some of those pressures.
Mina Kimes, rookie Drake May did play for one drive in the fourth quarter. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert says he has a high right ankle sprain. He's listed questionable for Sunday against the Steelers. The 76ers will sign Joel Embiid to a 3-year max contract extension. ESPN's Ramona Shelburne reports it's worth $193 million. The Columbus Blue Jackets named former player Rick Nash as the new team president. Nash played in Columbus for 10 years. He's still the franchise leader in goals and assists.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
You can't handle the Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Guess who's back again?
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out your
Hour 3 up we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Music. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. Tigers, Bruins from Tiger Stadium tomorrow. We do it every Friday at the start of Hour 3. We pick the biggest games of the college football weekend. We welcome aboard our celebrity guest pickers. Let's meet them.
It is my honor to announce the winner of the 1992 John W. Heisman Memorial Trophy. From the Hurricanes, Gino Torretta.
That was our expectation every Saturday when I was here. It wasn't if we were going to win, it was by how much.
Gino Torretta in the first half was 5 out of 13 for 61 yards for Miami. Here in the second half, he's 8 out of 10 for 140 and a touchdown.
How good was Keith Jackson?
So good.
How good was Gino Torretta? 1992 Heisman Trophy winner. You hear him on Touchdown Radio, broadcasting the biggest games every week all across the country. He'll be in Tiger Stadium Saturday for LSU-UCLA. And Gino Torretta joins us now. Gino, welcome back. How are you, man?
Man, it's good to be back. I flew into New Orleans because I can direct from Miami, so I've got Cafe Du Monde and a muffaletta in me, and I will top it off at Sullivan's later. So I have not been here since 2019 when Joe Burrow lit up Auburn. So I am always glad to be back in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, I think we talked before that Auburn game. That ended up being the most competitive game that LSU played that entire season, was that Auburn game in Tiger Stadium. Hey, man, by the way, next time you're in town, we'll get you over to Supper Club on the night before the game. Awesome spot, new spot. Brandon Landry from Walk-Ons. It's his place. We'll get you there next time. But, man, I'm so fired up that you'll be here for this game. Give me a little thought before we pick the games. Give me a little thought on this start for LSU, Gino, because, look, it's 2-1, but it's not necessarily just the 2-1. It's how the 2-1 looks that has a lot of people here going, man, is it rough waters ahead for Brian Kelly here in year 3?
Well, I think that, listen, when we're college football fans, we see a brand and we see a type of program like LSU, it's like people that have had success and that you just kind of come to expect to success and you expect reloading. In this transfer portal era and NIL era, man, it changes from year to year. I mean, look at Washington has kind of fallen on hard times. And I would say with LSU is obviously Coach Kelly was pissed after the USC game, the first game of the year that, they didn't finish. And that's just a team that, maybe is a little young and thought they had it, maybe put it on a cruise control. And then I got to be honest, watching the South Carolina game, I'm still not sure how they pulled that game out, because the start of it almost looked like a 3-score deficit, and it was the first quarter. But one of the TDs was called back, for South Carolina. But I would say this: listen, they have talent, they have weapons, and I think that maybe that's a wake-up call for them at the start, just kind of how it was. That maybe in the past you thought, hey, we can walk right into South Carolina and win there, and it's not any problem. But I don't think. Listen, I was at Georgia, Kentucky last week, and that's the reason I don't bet games, because I would have given 22 points and said, if I could parlay that into Kentucky not scoring a point, what kind of odds will you give me? And I will take them. And that's listen, college football delivers each and every week, and that's why it's the greatest game, in America.
Look, you've had Georgia twice. You had the Georgia Clemson game as well in Atlanta. And so you've seen both ends of the spectrum with Georgia. I'm really interested as well with what you think about UCLA, because, man, Gino, all this week, everyone we've talked to that covers UCLA, they've almost lampooned this team. So, I mean, you get to watch, you get to do game prep, you're talking to coaches. Like, what do you make of this team so far in the Deshaun Foster era, which has been like anything but impressive?
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, when the quarterback at Indiana looks like he's Joe Montana against you in a week of football, I'm like, is that Antoine Randall out there for Indiana? I mean, I don't want to date myself or anything, but
dude, he was awesome.
Wasn't that the last good quarterback that Indiana's
had?
Well,
Gino, except for Michael Penix, who then left Indiana to go to Washington to be a great player.
Okay, so you know what? And I broadcasted that game when Ohio State went to Indiana, and I was like, man, who's this lefty?
Yeah, man.
Penix is legit. He gave him a chance. Well, he just gave him a chance, but UCLA just. The lack of pressure from their defensive front was to me astounding. And when you think about Deshaun Foster, and I think about Bieniemy, and I played around the same time as these guys, I'm like, those guys epitomize toughness, and I didn't see any toughness, and I gotta imagine that. There would be changes, from a team perspective, and the coaches is just like, listen, this is just get down and you just got to get dirty and be tough. But yeah, they got a tough road ahead for the rest of the season with UCLA.
1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta is our guest. He'll be in Tiger Stadium on Saturday with Touchdown Radio. He'll be calling LSU and UCLA. You'll have LSU twice this year. I was looking at your schedule. You're going to have the Arkansas game as well. Up in Fayetteville here in about a month or so. As you look, though, at your broadcast schedule with what's coming up, and I got it here, I'll pull it up for everybody who might be interested, who can't see it or are looking at it right now. Give me a team that you're most interested to see in person this year. Maybe you're curious about what they'll be, and you can't wait to put your eyes on them.
I think USC, Southern California. I also think Penn State. They're just kind of that. I would call them an enigma team. And in the year of the 12-team playoff, where I've said to people, maybe you want to be the third best team in the SEC and in the Big Ten because you don't want to go to the conference championship game, but you think you're going to get in that 12-team playoff. And I think that Penn State's always said, well, if there was more than if it was bigger than a BCS, we would be in. If it's more than 4 teams, we would be in. I'm like, well, okay, well now it is, and now let's see if you can go on the road to Southern Cal, and I mean that's like a great 1975 Rose Bowl matchup when they travel out there. So, I think those are the kinds of teams. But it's just amazing with the changes of college football. Teams that were great last year, haven't started off that great and don't look like they have the weaponry to be great. You got a team in Miami that wasn't great last year, and now they, look like they're going to be gangbusters and kind of walk through the ACC. I think we're still trying to figure that out. With all these transfer portals and things. And I mean, I would even say Georgia. I mean, do we know how good they are? Yeah, they've reloaded. Their quarterback's back, but man, how they played last week, I'm like, without number 13 on the defensive edge rushing the quarterback, their defense looks kind of average, and they were owned at the line of scrimmage on both sides by Kentucky.
Yeah. It's it's a long season. Teams are obviously allowed to improve. It'll be interesting to see how it all continues to manufacture throughout. Gino Torretta is our guest. Touchdown Radio, he'll be on the broadcast for LSU and UCLA in Tiger Stadium. You go to touchdownradio.com to get the broadcast schedule, how you can listen, touchdownradio.com. Gino, we do this every Friday. We invite somebody on as our guest picker. We do it kind of game day style, no spreads. we pick 10 games. Just winners. Okay. So you don't need any prep. We're just picking winners, and at the end of the season, we'll see how it all plays out.
Matt, let me put it this way: me and Zarzer do a show on Sirius on Thursday nights. I think I'm 6-4 3 consecutive weeks. So I will preface this with no point spreads with them or without them. Do not follow my pick.
Hey man, I'm hovering. Paul, pull up the records, please. So right now. So Ryan, Theriot, and I here. Let's see. Ryan, last week went 8. Look at you last week, 8-2. So Ryan's you're 19-6.
Yeah, my bad.
Look at you. Yep. I was 6-4 last week, so I'm 15-10. Gino. So it ain't like I'm crushing it out here right now.
Just so you know, I'm betting against Notre Dame. I'm betting against Florida State. I'm betting against Florida. I don't care who they're playing.
I love that.
That is a man who went to Miami. All right, hit it, Muse. Let's get the music. All right, Gino, it's easy. It's 10 games. We're just picking winners. You can give a thought if you want, or we can just kind of blow and go right through it. Let's start tonight. Big Ten ranked on ranked matchup. Illinois at Nebraska, 400th consecutive sellout. Gino, who you got?
I'll take Nebraska. Saw them against Colorado. They got big boys again up front on both sides of the ball, and Raiola can play.
Nebraska as well.
All right, we're all on Nebraska. This is maybe the toughest one of the week to pick because nobody knows when you're this bad who's good. Florida's at Mississippi State. You want to take a stab at it, Gino?
Well, it's the Gators, so I'm taking Mississippi State, even though I may not think that's a great pick, but I'm taking against the Gators.
Our guy just tanked his own pick.
Golly. At Mississippi State?
Yeah.
I think Florida's going to win this game.
All right, Ryan's going with Florida. I'm taking the Gators as well, not with no degree of confidence, but I'll take Florida there. Gino, this one that maybe has a little more relevance here. Tulane is at UL Lafayette. At Cajun Field, 2 in-state schools. That line keeps coming down, man. Tulane's really challenged themselves early in the season, but they got to go on the road here. Yeah, I don't know how much you know about either of these teams, but a thought there?
I like Tulane. I think they've played well. They seem to get better and better every year. I know they had changes of the coaching staff, but I want to take Tulane on the road.
I don't like Tulane, but I'm going to pick them.
I'm with you. I'm actually going to take the Cajuns here.
Really? Tulane's been playing good ball.
Gino, I don't know if you agree with this, but I am a big believer in not only who you play, but when and where you play them. And Tulane went all out against Kansas State, heartbreaker, had to go on the road against Oklahoma. Now after that, they got to go to Cajun Field. And meanwhile, the Cajuns are going to be sky high for this one. That's a good team as well. So
are they good?
I think the Cajuns nip them. Tulane's favored. I'm picking an upset here. I think the Cajuns win it outright.
All right.
USC at Michigan. Gino.
USC blows them out.
Okay, blows them out. That line's 4. What you got?
USC blows them out? Oh, man. Give me Michigan.
Okay, going Michigan. I'm with Gino. I'm taking Southern Cal. I don't love the spread. It's 4 in this game. I have no feeling one way or another on the spread, but I do think Southern Cal is the better team. I think Michigan's got it.
You know backup quarterback's going in for Michigan, right?
Yes.
Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
But everybody likes an orgy.
Clip that, please. Clip that, thank you. Arkansas at Auburn. Gino.
I like Gino.
He's so good. What a guy.
Man. Auburn got beat at home by Cal.
Yep.
You know what? I got Oklahoma at Auburn next week, and I'm rooting for a better touchdown radio game, so I'm taking Auburn.
My guy. I love your approach to all this.
Who's playing?
Who's playing? It's Arkansas at Auburn.
I mean, did you hear what he just said? I've been focused on the comment.
Oh, the orgy comment. Everyone loves an orgy.
Yeah.
I knew that. Focus.
It's hard. Give me Arkansas here.
I'm taking the Hogs as well. I like Arkansas on the road. Utah at Oklahoma State, one that couldn't determine the Big 12. Gino.
Man.
I think Okie State's going to win the Big 12. I'm taking them. I like Ollie Gordon. He's a player in the backfield.
Okay, Theriot?
He is. He can really run the rock. Where is this game at?
It's at Oklahoma State, Stillwater.
Yeah, give me those guys.
You're going to Oklahoma State. All right, I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going to take, with a caveat. If Cam Rising is playing, I'm going to take Utah. If they scratch him, then I like Oklahoma State. Is that fair?
Nope, not fair. You got to pick one.
If we go to Vegas, can we tell when we put in bets? Can we give them that? If this, then that, if my bet's in.
Well, first of all, Gino, you already said you don't bet on games. I do.
I don't.
So I wouldn't place the wager until I know if Cam Rising's playing or not. But we're doing this segment here at 5:15 on Friday.
No, you can't do that. That's cheating.
All right, give me Utah. All right, Tennessee at Oklahoma. Gino.
I think Tennessee rolls, and if Heupel can run up the score, he will.
Okay. I agree with you that if he can, he will.
Yeah.
This dude got an onside kick last week up 30 in the first half.
Is Tennessee real? Like, are they really that good?
We'll find out tomorrow.
I think they're real. That quarterback can play.
Well, he's special. Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Hey, Gino, how hard is it as a freshman to make your first true road start?
Let's see. I was a redshirt freshman. I threw the first pass to Florida State and promptly threw 4 more in the first half. So, and that was my second year of college, making my first road start. So that's not easy.
I am a big believer in. I have no data to back it up. Freshman on the road, first true road start. Really tough. That's what Nico's walking into. I think Oklahoma wins the game. I'm picking the Sooners to upset Tennessee.
Wow. What's the money line there, Moscona? If we're putting some real dough on there.
I will tell you this. I have already made a play on Oklahoma.
Plus 220. You're taking me out to dinner then if we roll.
I'll take you to Supper Club, man. Let's divert your plans. I'll get us in. We'll go to Supper Club. They got to win it, though. All right, but I am going Oklahoma in that game. By the way, Gino, I also went NC State against Tennessee a couple weeks back as well. That didn't go so well. 51-10 wasn't super awesome. All right, 3 more. Baylor at Colorado. You already said you hate Colorado, right? So I'm guessing you're going with David Randall.
Well, I don't hate Colorado. My boy Sapp's there. I just don't think they're a very talented team. I'm questionable about Baylor as well. You know, I'll take Colorado just because my boy Sapp's there, but I don't feel good about it.
Me too.
You going Colorado? All right, I'm going Baylor. I think Dave Aranda, defense travels. I like Baylor to win the game. 2 more. Kansas State at BYU. Gino?
1990, number 1 ranked Hurricanes went to BYU and got their butts kicked by Ty Detmer.
How about that?
And I think that's a hard place to play, and I think Kansas State goes down. I'll take BYU.
Wow. Okay, that would be a big upset. But you're right about that being a tough place to play there in Provo.
Kansas State.
I agree. I'm going to go with Kansas State. I agree with you, though, that this is not going to be easy.
Don't fight the higher power. So you don't know.
That's right.
My guy is on a roll, dude. We got to get Gino back as the permanent guest picker.
We're using higher power.
Gino, can you pick UCLA, LSU? Do they let you do that?
It's my network. Yeah, I can pick them. Listen, I don't bet the games anyway, and I'm usually wrong. I was wrong laying 22. I would say this: LSU rolls in this game. I think they dominate. I think they have a chance if they're focused and they come out and play kick 100%. They might be able to put this one away in the first quarter.
Man, LSU needs a relatively stress-free Saturday. Let's hope it happens. Gino Torretta, 1992 Heisman Trophy winner, touchdownradio.com. He'll be in Tiger Stadium on the call there, Touchdown Radio. You want a list of their entire broadcast schedule, how you can listen, go to touchdownradio.com. You're the best, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Text me my picks. I want to know what my record was against the crew.
Trust me, the graphic will be everywhere on social media. You'll see we are accountable here, win or lose. Thanks, Gino. We appreciate you, man.
See you guys.
All right, thank you. Well, it's after further review. We'll not get a quick break. Pick Saints Cowboys next.
AFR.
Brought to by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, think you might, starting to look, think about it, you got to put Volkswagen on your list. The South Point Volkswagen Red Tag sales event is going down right now. How about 2024 Taos? That's the compact SUV, 3.9% APR for 60 months. I mean, are you kidding me? These deals are incredible. It's at South Point Volkswagen. You want to shop by year, make, model, body style, price. You can do it all to narrow your search. And if it's on the lot, it's online at southpointvw.com. You get the great German engineering without the cost. You get the great safety models, which gives you peace of mind. I know every time when I bring Drew to school every morning, I put him in his car seat in my Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport. I got tremendous peace of mind knowing that he and I are buckled into one of the safest vehicles on the road. And manufactured in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so it's made in the U.S. of A. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction?
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Wicked, y'all taking down women though. But see how they running everything on the cool, but they know I'm finna act a fool in this motherfucker. Niggas holla how you do that day. From Texas to Kansas, we don't care.
How do you think this would go over in the Dome on Sunday?
Who are they playing?
Philly.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. I'm not sold yet.
You're not sold on the Saints yet?
Not yet. Something's off here. Maybe just like early season. You know, they caught some teams at some bad times type thing. You got the quarterback doing the Michael Jackson dance. I still don't know who plays for the Saints, really. A couple more weeks, and then I think Philly's probably going to pull this one out, though.
We're not giving picks just yet. We're talking about the game.
I don't think it's going to go great for New Orleans.
By the way, Alan, did you see the Michael Jackson celebration Derek Carr did?
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to notice his cleats?
Were they 11s?
Paul, you got to go full screen. 11s, dog.
Yeah. The Michael Thomas.
Black patent leather.
Mm-hmm.
How about it?
No, those are nice.
I mean, that's a different level of swag for Derek Carr I didn't know he had, quite honestly. And I'm pretty excited about it.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy for Derek that he's playing well.
The Saints are going to host the Eagles Sunday in the Dome. Injury reports out Friday. A.J. Brown, the great wide receiver for the Eagles, not going to play in the ball game. He's out, injury. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was added to the injury report, but did go on Friday. He's going to be able to play. Taysom Hill, questionable. Everybody else for the Saints looks like they're going to be able to go. Everybody of significance is going to be able to go, which is really good news. Marshawn Lattimore should be back this week as well. I think one of the things that will be really interesting to me is going to be this idea of the resurgent dome field advantage, which during the Peyton Breeze era, teams just didn't win in New Orleans. It was for a while the best home field venue in the NFL.
Agreed.
Especially in primetime. The Saints never lost in primetime in the Dome. And that's been more of a 50-50 proposition the past few years, certainly since Sean Payton's been gone. You've missed the playoff 3 straight times, 3 straight years, and the vibes around the franchise haven't been good. I mean, this entire offseason, we all, my hands in the air, I'm not excusing myself, we all talked about how this would be it for Dennis Allen. It was an inevitability. How do you get out of the Derek Carr contract? Well, 2 games is all it's taken to make everybody perk up and think this team has real contender potential, because it's not just that you're 2-0, but the manner in which you've gotten to 2-0. You didn't just beat Carolina, who's the doormat in the NFL, but they're still a professional football team. I mean, you beat them 47-10. You don't hang half 100 on people in the NFL. And a lot of people hand-waved it because it was Carolina, and I can understand having a healthy degree of skepticism, but then you go on the road to Dallas, where they hadn't lost in 2 years. They won their last 16 home games. And you blow the doors off of them. I mean, the offense has had the ball 15 times this year. They have scored all 15 possessions. Like, that doesn't happen in the NFL. It's an incredible – it's not just that they're 2-0, it's how they've gotten to 2-0 that is most impressive. Now, I look at this matchup in particular. So I am, to finish that point, I am interested in the home field advantage, the dome field advantage, because the crowd, the fan base, everybody is energized. And when you go in that building and it's at full throat and it's a fever pitch, it's like walking into the middle of a bass drum, because it's indoors, man. The sound can't escape. It is hell to be in that place whenever it's loud for an opponent. And it's going to be like that Sunday with Philly coming in. You could probably speak to this as well. I'm a big believer, I've always been a big believer in, as I say it, not just who you play, but when and where you play them. So Philly just played on Monday Night Football. They lost a home game to Atlanta, a game they had no business losing. They gagged it away at the end. They let Atlanta get a stop, go right down the field at the end, and score the game-winning touchdown as time was running out. So they've got to be disappointed. But it's tough in the NFL to play on a short week, especially when you have to travel. It's why the home team generally does so well on Thursday Night Football. I mean, the Jets last night blew out New England. It was never competitive. It wasn't just because it was a short week, and that's New York and Boston are close together, but short week and you have to travel, it just compresses everything. It makes the degree of difficulty even greater in the NFL. So I think it's a tough spot for Philly, even though they let one get away last week at home. I think the spot is tough, like going on the road on a short week, right? I mean, rehab, recovery in a short week.
You're taking 2 days away. I mean, the travel day to me is counted as that's a day.
Yeah.
You know, and traveling, getting on the plane, you get dehydrated, just changes things up. So, yeah, I mean, just because they're not practicing or playing on that travel day doesn't mean that it's not taxing on the body. So you're 100% correct. Going into a stadium I make talk about the situation all the time in LA, for instance. You go play the Dodgers in the middle of the season, and it's the easiest place to play in Major League Baseball. The fans don't show up till the third inning, and they leave in the seventh inning. Nobody cheers. They don't even know what's going on. And it's beautiful weather, and it's perfect, and it's LA. It's great. You go play there in the playoffs, and they're throwing batteries at you and ice and the thing. They have to police escort your families out of the place. So yeah, I mean, a facility like the Dome, the home field advantage it is real. That is a real thing. When you see coaches pleading and asking for fans to come, I mean, the one that does it the best is here in town, and Coach Kim Mulkey. I mean, she everywhere she goes, she's always talking because she understands the advantage that gives, and the Dome provides an opportunity and an atmosphere for that.
I think it's well said. I think the Saints are obviously going to have a huge home field advantage in this game. There's a couple of things about this game that I think I look at matchup-wise that I'm curious. So offensively, I think the Saints are going to be fine. The Eagles' defense, they have invested so much into this defense. From Jalen Carter going 9 overall, Nolan Smith was a first-rounder, Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis. They've invested so much draft capital into this defense, and they have been one of the worst defenses so far through 2 games this year. I think the Saints' offense, I don't look at this as what we thought Philly was going to be. I'm looking at this as what I have seen from Philly through 2 weeks. I don't think they're going to stop the Saints' offense. Now, I'm not telling you the Saints are going to go score 40 again, but the Saints are going to move the ball and score. I don't think this is one of those, you come back down to reality because you step up in competition. Philly and Vic Fangio, they have issues defensively. Giving up a game-winning touchdown the way they did to Atlanta was inexcusable. And, of course, they also had to play Green Bay in week 1 down in Brazil and gave up 34 in that game. I think Philly defensively has problems, and the Saints are going to be able to take advantage of it. So that's number one. The other side of the ball, though, is where I have this is my real cause for concern. The Saints under Dennis Allen struggle with mobile quarterbacks. That is a fact. This is a thing that we have talked about for as long as Dennis Allen has been there. And Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. For whatever I have thought and said about him as a head coach, which I think is completely legitimate, as a defensive coordinator, he's undeniable. The Saints organization turned when they got rid of Rob Ryan and brought Dennis Allen back. Undeniable. He's a great defensive coordinator. They have not figured this out, mobile quarterbacks. And twice they've faced Jalen Hurts. They faced him in 2020 and 2021. The game in 2020 in Philly, the Saints lost 24-21. And then in 2021, when they played in Philly, they lost 40-29. In both instances, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders went off. In 2 games, Hurts has 175 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns in his 2 starts against New Orleans. The Saints went there 2 years ago and won. Gardner Minshew was in for an injured Jalen Hurts, and the Saints won that game 20-10. This is where I go, okay, we have legit questions about the Saints' run defense. They were 27th in the NFL last year. They were not very good against the run. We all hope Brian Brzee is getting better this, in his second year. But this is a different challenge. Carolina was no good. And then last week, Dallas doesn't really have a running back. Tony Pollard's gone in free agency. Ezekiel Elliott's 100 years old. And they got so far behind, they had to throw it. What does it look like now when you start 0-0 and if Philly is able to run the ball? That's where I think this does level the playing field a bit in this game, and I think that makes this much more competitive. So I think the Saints' offense is going to be fine. I really am concerned defensively with their ability to stop this particular rushing offense. We were both wrong last week. You picked Dallas 27-3. I picked Dallas 31-21. I thought the Saints' offense would come back to earth a little bit. And I even said, granted, I think I'm undervaluing the Saints' defense too much, and clearly I was. I got it wrong. What do you think? Saints-Eagles in the Dome Sunday.
It's going to be 15-6.
15-6.
15-6 Philadelphia.
15-6 Philly.
Yep.
Do you want to give me a real score?
That's the real score.
15-6.
50. I mean,
so the Saints, which have scored in every possession in 2 games, are going to be limited. Is it 2 field goals, or are they going to get a touchdown and miss a PAT?
No, they're not going to score.
You said 15-6.
3 safeties.
3 safeties. Got it.
3 safeties. I don't know if that's a record, but that's
that would have to be a record. I don't know if we can look at that.
15-6, 3 safeties. That's what I'm thinking.
I
just got a hunch. I got a feeling.
Okay.
I'm going with it.
I am going to say that the Saints on their home field with a big crowd get this done, but I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this game. The total, I think, is 49 right now. I don't know if that's changed. Total on this game, you see it? I think it was 49. It's okay. 49.5 is the total. I think it's over.
Really?
I think I'll pick New Orleans 31-30. I think there's they just can't. They have not shown that they can stop Jalen Hurts, and now you have Saquon Barkley, who's a better running back than Miles Sanders when he's right. I know there's no Jason Kelsey, which changes the dynamic on the offensive line. I just think this is a game where we are going to see a lot of offense. But the Saints at home, Eagles traveling on a short week. I'm going to give a slight edge to New Orleans here. I think the Eagles are still a really good team, but they're in a little bit of a desperate spot. The Saints flying high, great home crowd. Close game, but I think the Saints are going to win it. Give me the Saints 31-30 at home. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Parish Restoration. You want to tell people about Parish Restoration?
Parish Restoration. Yeah, no, it is. Absolutely. The patented dry fog process over at Parish Restoration. You guys remember the Mold Zero?
Yep.
Same technology, patented dry fog. Like I said, the beauty of Parish Restoration, it is totally different than traditional remediation, mold remediation, restoration, where the tear out process is extremely limited. The process for the dry fogging piece, in and out, it's one of those deals, Matt, where you don't have to take all your clothes and furniture and all this and that. And if you do have mold, it can stay right where it is. Go in and kill everything. Really cool process.
ParishBuilt.com, same website, ParishBuilt.com. Just hit the restoration tab. You have mold, think you might. They can knock it out. Jim will come by, give you an estimate. Knock it out real quick, man. Half a day at your home, if that. Easy. It's energy efficient. It's an efficient process and a cost-effective process as well. Learn more. ParishBuilt.com. Hit the restoration tab. ParishBuilt.com. Chris Evans said, doesn't Derek Carr have an interception? He does. He threw a pick last week off the tip ball from Chris Olave. But he's been awesome. All right, it's After Further Review. Let's take a break. Our friends over at Mockler and Bud Light have 3 pair of tickets that we're going to give away. So we'll do that next. And we also got to pick the LSU-UCLA winner. And we'll get to Ask Ryan to wrap up. Still a lot to do. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Glow Resources. They're online at GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com, GLO, glowresources.com. At Glow Resources, they are complete employer solutions. And the reason I say complete employer solutions is because that's who they deal with, you, the business owner, the HR manager, the ops manager, the hiring manager, whoever that person is. At Glow Resources, they don't, if you're looking for work, don't contact Glow. They will find you. They have their processes refined so well that they know exactly how to find the most qualified people for the jobs that they're trying to fill. But what's most important here is that if you're a business owner and your company is losing money because of your lack of efficiency, because you don't have the right people, you have turnover, or you have people in a job that aren't doing the job efficiently and effectively, Glow Resources can help. They'll find those hard-to-place jobs, and they have a 93% success rate. It's Glow Resources. They're complete employer solutions. GLO, glowresources.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Yeah!
When this one used to come along,
what was it like over at Reggie's?
Stadium Club. Did you ever go to the Stadium Club when you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It changed, though. The one across the street.
Yeah, that one always changed.
That's JL's now, right?
No, it's the house.
The house. Yeah, that's the house. Tiger, was it Tiger Bar for a minute? Muse? What was it over there when you were there?
Well,
I was really
which
just,
one? I mean,
I was just a
so
Fred's guy. All I did was Fred's.
What I was about to say, when I was there, was Fred's, Reggie's, JL's, Mike's, the house. I think that was it.
Some interesting stuff going on at Tigerland.
Really?
Yeah, the apartments behind there are all boarded up.
Good.
All of them.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's something needs to go down. I mean, they're boarded up until the folks walk out of the boarded up thing and then drill the board back in. Saw that happen. That's the true story. I'm like,
oh man,
can we get the bulldozer out here and just clean this up? Ugh.
Our friends over at Mockler Beverage, Bud Light, have given us. I got 3 pair of tickets to give away to this game, and I told people, like, shoot me a message if you like, tell me why you want the tickets.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm ever doing this again. Like we were talking before you came in here, like, because everything tugs at your heartstrings. Like Corey said, I want to take my kids to the game. Like, that's cool, right? Jeremy said, I want to bring my son to see a win. His only game has been the bowl game versus K-State due to football, baseball schedule. That's cool.
Those are both lame.
Caleb said, I went to the UCLA game in California, so I want to get the full circle. That's one with the tickets for tomorrow.
That's lame, too.
Alex,
Who's bringing their grandma or something like that?
Mike Dickinson said, I'm old. He'd love to go. He said, my friend and I would love to go, and we're both broke.
I like that guy.
He's in the running.
That's a good reason.
I love to go.
Because I got kids. Congratulations, bro. Everybody's got kids.
Bill said, I just picked up 4 tickets to bring my handicapped nephew, also bringing my disabled neighbor. My son and I will put on the rolling cooler to get them to and from the game. The other 2 tickets will really help. I could have my son's friend come and help. Like,
If you don't give that guy the tickets,
that's what
you're done. Like, it's over for you.
But hang on.
He gets the tickets.
This gentleman said, Matt, my name is Gage. I had a rough 2023. I wasn't able to attend any games last year due to me having testicular cancer and undergoing multiple surgeries and almost 5 months of chemotherapy. I've been blessed. My doctors caught it early. I've been in remission since early 2024. That's awesome. He said, it'd be cool for me and my fiance to attend our first game together since our last one on my birthday, 11/5 of 2022, when we rolled the Tide. Thanks for your consideration. Go Tigers. Man. This guy's talking about his testicular cancer. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of wanted, like, hey, go Tigers. I mean, we got, like...
I mean, I would go buy some tickets to give to that guy.
Right? We got, like, paralysis and cancer. Like, who do you even consider?
I mean, the first guy's he's bringing disabled folks on his rolling cooler.
I know.
He's got to get the tickets.
Scott said, head to campus to visit our freshman daughter tomorrow. She'll be using her student ticket to go to the game. We'd love a pair to attend the game.
No, that's lame,
But that's what I was thinking.
That's lame.
Dude,
go
how about this one?
Matt, doesn't need it.
I'd love to win the tickets. Lost my dad to ALS in January. He was a massive fan. Been taking me to games my whole life. It feels weird to go without him, but I know there's no other place he would want me to be. You see my point? Look at me. This is my point. This is why I cannot do this ever again.
How many tickets do you have?
Like,
I mean, I'm going to go buy some tickets and give to these folks. That's ridiculous. We don't do that again. Don't do that again.
I think I have.
You can't pick.
That's my point. Like, I can never do this again. How do I, like, who do you pick? Do you tell the gentleman who beat testicular cancer, sorry, you lost to the guy whose father passed from ALS?
No. Do you tell Lance Armstrong no? Like, you're in trouble, bro.
I was waiting for someone to mention Lance Armstrong.
You're in trouble.
Oh, man.
I feel bad for rooting for the broke guys now.
Right?
Yeah. I'm over here like, hey, this guy's got no money. Let's go.
Let me see how many I got, man. Our friends over at Mockler, I think they sent me. Let me see how many pair I have left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have 4 pair. So.
All right, so we got to give the 3 to I mean.
Bill, Gage, and John Paul? John Paul. Okay, and then we can still hook up your broke guy, Mike, if we want. That could be helpful.
His problems seem very minimal now, but I mean.
I'm broke. I love the guy. Yes. That's what I was looking for. We got to ask a completely different question from now on, man. I can't do this whole thing, man. Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, my God. Ryan Dixon just sent me a picture. He's got 4 bottles of Weller 12 that he's been able to pick up this week. It's hunting season right now. The real hunting season. Anyway. Whatever. So is that what we do? Mike, Bill, Gage, and John Paul? I just won't read anymore because I don't know what else is going to be. I'm like, we just call it right there.
Yeah, let's just.
Okay, we'll call it with those guys. Congrats. Y'all are going to the game, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage, Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. They're awesome. My condition is all of you who are going, you got to go buy Bud Light at the game and take pictures and tweet it and share it on Facebook and all that stuff and shout out our friends at Mockler.
Even the broke guy.
Even the broke guy.
You have to go buy this.
You're getting free tickets. You can buy a beer at the game. All right, we're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. You know where to find them. Locations all over South Louisiana. Oh, you love Shawbills, too.
I'm a big fan of Shawbills.
I love Shawbills so much. You saw they got a giant award this week.
What did they win?
National Tire Dealer of the Year, Miss Beth Barron. I'm so proud of them. So happy for them. So well deserved.
That's a big deal.
It's a giant deal. Literally every tire dealer in America, Shawbills won that. Miss Beth at Shawbills won that award.
And here's the thing. Everybody in America needs tires.
All of them. Everyone that drives, you need tires.
Everybody that drives needs tires.
So you go to Shawbills. Shawbills.
And they're the best in America.
ShawBillsTire.com.
Wow.
Shawbills, we keep you rolling. We are going to have a really, really tight segment here for Ask Ryan, or we'll just give our LSU-UCLA picks. Let's do it.
After further review.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay time. I was at the parish office earlier today. You ignored me. I didn't even realize we had an upstairs.
Did you go up there?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized is we are going to have to get AC up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even know this was happening. but we're finishing the attic.
Yeah, against every. I mean,
it's a terrible idea.
Everybody's mad at me about it because it's expensive.
There's
but
no doubt this was your idea.
Yeah, golf simulator.
That's what I know. That's what Alex wants. That can't happen.
That's what's happening.
Lobster rolls and golf simulators. That's why our business will not make money, because Theriot spends it all on lobster rolls and golf simulators. But we're going to need AC up there, so we're going to need to call River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Got issues with your AC? You need the best. You need River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here. Football Friday edition of AFR. We got 2 minutes, so we got to blow and go. Might have to rethink how we do the guest, but the guest picker segment ends up going long and it pinches us at the end. But we got to figure that out. All right, we'll get to Ask Ryan to wrap up the show. LSU-UCLA and their LSU-UCLA.
LSU.
Score?
35-13.
I picked it 38-13 at LouisianaSports.net. Lines dropped to 22.5. There's some sharp money coming in on UCLA. I don't know why. Just go beat the hell out of this team and give us a relaxing Saturday. We'll see y'all for Whiskey and Wine. Me and T-Bob will be there as soon as the game goes final. Hope to see y'all then. All right, Muse Pauly, appreciate it. Y'all have an awesome night. Go Tigers. Who dat? See y'all.
After Further Review.
Brought to you by Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. Oh, yeah, they do indoor shutters as well at Relief Windows. I love Relief Windows. Love telling you about Relief Windows. And if you're thinking about having windows installed, maybe a new entry door, siding, listen, you can go shop around. But I will give you this preface. if you're just going to be shopping price and you're saying that you're going to find whoever's going to give me the windows the cheapest, then do not call Relief Windows because they are not going to be the cheapest. They can't be. They sell a premium product. Their level of customer service is exceptional because they take care of their people. On top of that, they have a full service division. It's not like another place where if you have an issue, well, they're taking their install techs off to go serve. No, they have a full service division. And they take all the risk. Remember, you don't pay $1 until they're done and you're thrilled. It's Relief Windows. They'll give you the best product and the best service. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold.